and gentlemen, boys and girls, the time has come. Are you ready? It's time for a very unfortunate situation. Fellas, I'm sure some of you may have noticed. I got hijacked. I got hacked. My whole everything has kind of been taken over at this moment in time. I can't really do much. I'm sure people on YouTube may have noticed that something's different. Or sorry, I'm sure people on Twitch may have noticed that something is different. Yeah. Let's let me show you the situation I have found myself in. I got home from work. I passed out and I woke up after eating a dubious pie. And now I'm in a pretty fucked up situation. Gay baby jail? Don't call it like that. I don't want to be in here. Me and Goat Lad have been captured, and we're being held against our will. I can kind of maybe get out of this, but yeah, we're not in a very good position. Some people may notice. Tammy is broke, and Tammy now wants to attempt to extort my chat room of all of their channel points, and you can tell by looking at how much it currently costs.
Big.
Yeah. So no short today? No, those will still come out as necessary. But we're going to have some issues for a little bit, just because it's like we're not in like a good position right now.
It's Tammy time.
It sure is. Fellas, the topic of today: FGO, Fate Grand Order Hot Takes. I was captured, I was kidnapped, and now Tammy here is going to do a lot of fucking yapping. So, I made this initially in December. I can't remember if this was a part of the what was it, the donation thing, the Fox Fund that we did. Still cheaper than a multi. Oh yeah, you guys are never getting that shit out of me. It was? Okay, good. Well, we're hitting it now. So, Tammy's kidnapped me. Oh, yeah, that's right, Tammy Takeover, that's what it was. Yeah, Tammy Takeover was a Fox Fund thing. So, only left is servants down by memory. So, oh, servants drawn by oh, was that a thing we were doing for that? I need to pull that list back up. That'd be a really, yeah, no, okay, we can do that soon, TM. As soon as I manage a way to escape this. So, let's get this underway, shall we? So, Tammy wants me to read these off. What is a hot take? A hot take is a belief that you have that the community at large likely does not agree with. Statements like, I think FGO would be... Statements like, I think FGO should be open world like Genshin, or FGO should only have male servants and never gender bend, would classify as hot takes. I think FGO should have an auto farm is not a hot take. Right? Makes sense? That's what we're aiming for. We're aiming for stuff like that. So, what can people submit? Short sentence or paragraph detailing your hot take, which can range from just a singular sentence to a fucking novel. And let me tell you, some people wrote novels. They really did. Now, will my hot take be shared? Maybe. Hot takes will be curated, and the best of the selection will be chosen to be shown on stream. Last time, many people shared the same hot take, so the most concise one is the one that will be shared. We received maybe about 100 hot takes for this. Not a bad number. We currently have 41. Can I post this on Super Chat? This is currently this form is closed. This was a Google form to fill these in. So, where will these be shared? You're watching it. Is this anonymous? Yes, it is. So, how this is going to work is I'm going to have my talking automated monster-made yapper, aka Tammy, read off all of these. This is her chance to stream. Oh, when do you take over the stream, Galahad? Good question. I don't know. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to have this. Copy, paste. Go forth, Tammy. Read.
My hot take is that people should shut up about fate adding bullshit to their characters. If you want an accurate depiction of Nobunaga or those, go read their source material. Fate hasn't always will use these texts as inspiration rather than try to adapt them, and if you're getting mad at every riff they do, probably are in th wrong fanbase. Note, I'm not talking about when people find a character disrespectful to their culture origin, like whitewashing or over-sexualization. Those are valid.
Okay. I see what this person is saying. I don't know if this would classify as a super-duper hot take. I think that this is something that a lot of people would agree with. Most people, I think, do need to just get over the fact that they just keep giving characters weird bullshit or twisting their personalities. This is a work of fiction. Great point, counter argument, unclosed parentheses. That's my fault. Those parentheses are 100% closed. Mildly warm take at best, a little bit. They're not, because they're not wrong. People complain too much. Yeah, I want you to know, and this is not to berate my community, this is around the level of, like, hot take that we got for a lot of them, which is that they're not the most, like, sizzling off the press shit. We do have some that are pretty spicy, which we'll get to, but, yeah, this is, like, I'd say I kept this one in as, like, these are all, yeah, I kept this one in as an example of, like, a good middle of the road, not super hot, just something that people agree with. Yes, people need to just quit bitching about them adding more. Who gives a fuck? Daikokuten are maid rats. And? Yeah. So, this is what we got. This is around what we're going to be working with. I'm going to hide these that way that we... Alright. Tammy. What is the next hot take, Tammy?
We need more men, honestly. I get it, so I forget that they acknowledge they have a female player base. And yeah, some of us are gay. But some of us still want a man too. Not everyone needs to be a gender band. They're good when they're fun and make sense.
Havenwing, thank you for the 10 gifted. If you received one, please be sure to say thank you. That's incredibly kind of you. Absolutely insanely kind of you. Thank you so much. I will be taking that money and spending it all on Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Thank you for funding my addiction. We have 165 male servants. Yeah, isn't... The disparity of male to female isn't that... It isn't as insane as I think a lot of people think that it is. We have 165 male servants out of, like, what, 450 servants? Do we need more men in FGO? Sure. But, like, there's a good amount of men. And, okay, even... I bet you that number goes down significantly if you reduce the amount of female characters that are, like, the same character. Like, how many Artorias? If you get rid of the amount of Artorias versus the amount of, like... Just, I don't know. You know what I mean? If it's the individual character, not like alt forms of them, I think that we're actually relatively close to even. I would say that we're pretty close to even, actually, if that's the case. Yeah, FGO does a pretty good job already of having a lot of male characters. I think that what this person means to say is, I want summer servants. Yeah, if we were to summer servants, oh my god. But you know what? We are never getting alt forms in different classes from male servants. You mean like Sakamoto Ryoma Lancer? For example? Yeah, they would never do that. They would never make an alt form of an existing character. Yeah, Li Xuan. We only get skin, sadly. Or Gilgamesh. To be fair, that's because he had a wife. Look, people like Oreo. People really like Ryoma. Vlad, Gil. Lu Bu. Oh god, a new version of Lu Bu would be cool. Romulus is still a Lancer. My boy Kentoki. God, I love Kentoki. Yeah, Orion. Orion. I'm not gonna count Orion there. Anyway, yeah. Do we need more men? No. Would it be cool to see more men? Sure. But it's the fact that female servants sell better, right? That's not even necessarily true. I know that female servants... It's so weird. You're more... I think it's a safer bet to release a female servant as opposed to a male servant. Right? However, there are some male servants that sell even more than the female servant. Yeah, Dante is a perfect example. Yeah, Dante's. Fucking... Let me think of the other ones that are like the super duper big ones. The people like Oberon. Characters like that, pretty much any man drawn by Paco or fucking, oh god, my brain is shutting off. Am I just thinking of Paco? Yeah, pretty much anybody drawn by Paco or fucking Raida male servants tend to sell pretty well. I'm not going to count Tezcat. I agree with you because Tez is cool. I'm not going to say Tezcat because he did not sell well initially because people thought his design was weird. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's just a thing like that. All right, well. Ooh, here's a fun one. Fun-ish one. Kondo? Yeah. I think it's more about who the character is that's going to determine if they sell well. If it's like a character who nobody gives a fuck about, who's being released, like let's be real. Who the fuck was rolling for Hanasaka Okina, right? The old man? No, people were out here rolling for Mrs. Snake.
Dead weeks are actually good login. Make battles, collect login stuff.
Chat, how do you feel about dead weeks? Opinions on dead weeks? They're pretty neat. I think it's nice to have them every now and then, which is amazing because the amount of people who fucking bitch, moan, and cry about there's no content. It's like there is. You just are fucking stupid. Yeah, farm, catch yourself up. Legitimately, just log in and take a break because you shouldn't be playing this game all the time. Gives you time to do other shit. Read through the story if you're not caught up on that. Yeah, I think I would argue this is a hot take because I feel like a lot of people tend to just like get fucking pissy about it. It's like, why is there no content? This game has no content. It's like, oh my god. I ran out of saplings? Well, better go fucking find some. Yeah, decent. Short, sweet. I agree. Not spicy enough, though. Not spicy enough for me. Okay.
The best version of Emiya Shirou is in Aprilia, specifically in the Miiverse.
Where are my Emiya people at? Where are my Emiya heads at? Cold ass take. Is he wrong? Who complains that it doesn't have content? Well, dude, the amount of people who say that FGO has no content is insane. There's so many. There's so many. It's funny to see everyone agrees no and absolutely not, like, right next to each other. This is ice cold. It is a solid Shirou, so I wouldn't call that a hot take. I was gonna say, isn't this the Shirou that shows up in Oath Under Snow, which is widely regarded to be the best rendition of Shirou because he's actually, like, has a purpose and isn't a little fucking chudling? Like, he's not just a whiny little... Well, he's not just, like, a whiny little cunt. He, like, actually does things that have meaning. Isn't this, like, a Shirou that isn't a worthless piece of shit? I just don't like the OG Shirou. No, don't worry. Neither do I. I think OG Shirou is a waste of a character. He's nothing. He's nothing of a character. Like, legitimately, the dude is just, like, generic shonen protag B. He does do the high jump, though, in Oath. I don't give a fuck what he's jumping in Oath. I think that he should get jumped. I see events all the time. I take a break from them and I get too tired. I mean, look, people complain. People like to complain. That's just Nasu male protagonist early on, though. Yeah, that's not an excuse, though. I'm not accepting that as an excuse. Like, oh, all of his protagonists are like that. Okay, so he's a shitty writer when it comes to writing protagonists and when he's just starting out then, right? That's what you're telling me. Tsukihime protag is even more useless? I'm not getting into this. The last time I mentioned that Tono Shiki is a worthless character, some dude wrote a very mean tweet about me. And it made me very sad. He called me buns. Like, I'm sorry that your goat is dog shit, man. Generally, all male protags suck ass. I will disagree. That's a hot take right there. That's a hot take because I would argue Iori is a good protagonist. I'd argue fucking the Hakunos are pretty good protagonists. And even though people don't like him, I like Sieg. I think Sieg is okay. Sieg is more of a foil, though. I wouldn't say he's a good... Nah, he's not a good protagonist. He's okay. I like the perspective that he brings but I don't know if I'd say he's a good character. He's at least a layer more interesting than the others. I mean, well, the other one, who can forget the GOAT, Shirou? Shirou is the best rendition of Nasu's empty husk character framework. That's the thing. He's not an empty husk. Shirou actually like has a whole actual backstory that makes sense. And instead of being, I don't know, a fucking rapist and murderer, his whole deal is just like, I just want to live a happy life. Gee willikers, my life is in shambles. I can't do shit without these two crazy bitches trying to kill me. You know what I mean? They're all pretty bland to self-insert for guys. I was gonna say, I'll fight you on that because Sonoji's the GOAT. That might be the single best Tight Moon work as fucking Witch on a Holy Night. I will also disagree with you. Nasu's early male pro tags are really something. They're not. That's why they're not interesting. They aren't something. They're nothing. They're boring. They're tropes. They are walking tropes, and it's just like, I don't know. We're off topic here. My chat primarily agreed this is a cold-ass take, which in a way just means that, hey, you're right. Next up. Sonoji is my husband. Hell yeah. Ooh, you guys will like this one. I will say this though, because I do hate on Tsukihime a lot. I did see the thing where one of like 50 copies of like the was it the beta disc or like the test disc for a Tsukihime release was destroyed by United States Customs. As much as I don't really care for Tsukihime, that shit is absolutely atrocious. Yeah, the beta version. That shit's absolutely atrocious and shouldn't happen. That is a genuine tragedy for like video game preservation history, not just like Type Moon. Video game preservation history as a whole. That shit's horrible. It doesn't matter how I feel about the game itself. That shit shouldn't be happening. It could have happened to me. I'm genuinely worried because some of you may remember I shipped a perfect copy of the Serial Experiments Lane PlayStation 1 game to my buddy Cam. It's actually going to my buddy Nines, who is not in America but is close enough. Sent it to him, and then he's got to send it through customs to go to America. If I find out that thing is destroyed by customs because it has a little anime girl on the cover, the following has been redacted due to the laws of the various countries. Yeah, no, they, like, why? Oh, apparently U.S. Customs is allowed to do that if it's adult material, and Tsukihime is admittedly adult material. But, yeah. It hurt my soul, though. I don't know anything. Like I said, I don't care for Tsukihime, the story. It's ruined by its protagonist. It's genuinely a good story ruined by a horrible protagonist. But my opinions on the game itself do not nullify the fact that, shit like that just should not happen. It's a goddamn tragedy, it really is. Hopefully that can get settled and that guy can get his money back, or I don't know, Tight Moon send him something cool, because that shit's ridiculous. Anyway, next hot take.
I think it's past time we admit that Kamazats will forever remain in NPC jail.
Ooh. Ooh. Chat, how you feeling about this one? Make me. That person is wrong. This isn't a hot take. This isn't a take at all. It is a take. This is a take. The take is that everyone in the Tight Moon community is fucking coping. You're never getting Batman. Where can I submit this? There are no more. You can't submit anymore. This was a form that was filled out. You can see right here. This was submitted on December 3rd, 2025. But if and when we do this again, if you'd like to participate, join my Discord, because I will announce it there. Shun the non-believer. Shut your fucking mouth. The beast lovers have to accept that we're not getting a male beast. No. You're wrong. We'll get a male beast. It'll first start as a child. We're gonna get pupa Kamazotes. Hey, happy belated birthday. Who's ready for pupa Kamazotes? He's gonna be a little bat boy. He's gonna look like bat boy. Okay, I'm curious because I know my chat is fairly international. Do you guys know what bat boy is? How many of you know what bat boy is? Like baseball? Oh. Chat. Bat Boy was the subject of the Weekly World News tabloid. Which tabloids, if you don't know, for all of you fucking whippersnappers in the chat, are fake newspaper. It's clickbait before clickbait. And what they would do is they would just have this lie. They would just be like, this was a boy who was supposedly found in a cave and raised by bats. And so he can now see like a bat, he drinks blood like a bat, he's got the ears of a bat, and he acts like a bat. And this is what Kamazotes will look like in his first ascension. I don't know if he followed Batman around, but yeah. Working in a newsagent, the amount sold baffled. Oh, dude. You see this newspaper and you wouldn't buy this? Or at least like pick it up and flip through it? Which bats? Fruit bats? I don't remember, dude. I'm old. I'm not old enough to have been like sitting down reading the original Bat Boy National Enquirer. Flip through while processing returns. Yeah, the tabloids are a lost art because it was just clickbait. But it would have stuff just like Sasquatch fucks Elvis and shit on the cover, and you're like, holy shit, I need to read that article. UFO kidnaps President Bush's ass hair. It's like, what? God, the tabloids are amazing. Anyway, yeah, Kamazotes is never coming to, is never going to be a playable character. I'm sorry to break it to everybody. This person's right. You're all delusional. But if he does, he is going to have a child form. Next up. Ooh! Oh, this one. Okay, this one is an actual hot take. Like a legit actual hot take. Take it away, Tammy.
The servant coin system is actually a good system that rewards dedication to your favorite servants, and it is thus far unique to FGO, and I have not seen it, or anything alike, in any other gacha game.
I'm hitting this hot take with a hammer. I'm not touching this. The coin system is good, is the name of the take. Bro, I know you work for that. That is a valid take, I'd say. Is this rage bait? Seeing those back to back is really funny. I don't like it, but it's a valid due to bond. It would be good if the dedication was time and repeatable. They'd have a point if the coin amount was higher, but the amount they give us barely goes to anything. I can see where they're coming from. This before or after the additional skills. This is after. This is released. This was put in December, so I would assume it'd be after. Yeah, this one's a legit hot take. Is the coin system actually good? And no other gacha has ever implemented something similar to it. Now, has no other gacha ever implemented anything similar to it? Because this is actually a very shit system? Is that the reasoning? Probably. What's the servant coin system? I'll tell you when you're older. It's a shame that they messed it up after they added the new skills. Yeah, 9th anniversary was something. I'll still contend that it wasn't the worst thing that's ever happened to FGO. I will fight that fight, but yeah. Uma does in a way. Yeah, in a way, but it is not the same. I'm happy with my Bond 15 NP1 comma that's level 118 because I'm missing coins to 120 her. Yeah, this was uploaded by a lasagna staff member. HBR has a shared system that has universal shards to link. Okay, universal is the key word there. So they're not so amazing servants that are unusable without the appends skills, so that's why I'm fine with them. Don't get me wrong, what you get out of the coin system, I would say, is good. It just depends on what you're trying to use it for. Because take it from somebody like me. My favorite servants, for the most part, are 4 stars. Do you have any idea how fucking hard it is to get coins for 4-star servants? It's damn near impossible. Don't forget to claim daily Valentine's chocolate. I need to do that, actually. They promised us free coins that could be used for anyone. Where is it? I don't remember that promise. I'll be honest, I do not remember that promise. What Valentine's chocolate did I get? Well, I'm going to get Suzuka first, and then after that, I will get Dodo, and then Machikana Kita Fukateru. Those are my 3. I'm a Nero fan, I know. Yeah. Oh, dude. Bargus, Daikokuten, Lacusta. Yeah, it just, those are all coins I'm just never getting. 120 for a 4-star, I think, is 10 or 11 copies. If you don't want to bond them, yeah, it's too many. It's too many copies. So, I think it's a good system in theory. In practice, the only thing they need to do is have more. Yeah, imagine liking Angra Mainyu. You need to have more ways to get the coins for this to be like an actual efficient system. Good hot take. That's an actual hot take. So thank you. Ooh, this one is potentially. I'm gonna give this one a potential hot take. This one's more of a matter of opinion. But I think that's good for this. Tammy?
The most impactful sad moments of the game was last Bell TS ending with Ivan's speech, Text's death, and Salieri playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Spoilers, by the way. Is that the singular saddest moment in FGO? Mind you, this was uploaded before the finale. I don't know. I don't know if it is. You know what I always consider to be the singular saddest moment in FGO? At least in my opinion. The singular saddest moment in FGO is... It's Asha with her aunt crying because she doesn't understand why she can't remember things. She can feel that something is missing. And then the story ending with them getting wiped from reality, you getting into your box and then seeing a picture of her entire family with so many siblings and a super happy family. I think that's the saddest. That is the singular sad. I started crying when I saw that. I was sitting there fucking weeping. Oh my god. That one's just pure tragedy in every sense of the word. I skipped Lost Belt 1. Mods, fucking take his fingers and put them in his eyes. Oh, the Goblin Trio dying. Here's the thing. The Goblin Trio dying is really, really sad, but I think that them dying with a smile on their face because they actually got to do something, like, that gives it meaning. I'd say there's arguably less tragedy in that. I think there's a lot of tragedy in seeing a little girl who literally lost everything she could possibly lose, then lose her own life, and then get the picture of, like, this is everything that she lost. Go fuck yourself. Just like, that shit hurted. I cry with Data Loss. Data Loss is also a really sad moment too. Yeah. Not the saddest, but it flipped the whole tone of the story that we are the bad guys. We are not the bad guys. I will actually fight that. I think that the thought process that we are the villains in FGO is fucking... I don't like that. I don't like that thought process because it tries to nullify all the shit that we do as, like, we're not doing this for, like, malicious purposes. These are worlds that are in fucked up shapes. Do you really think that a world like fucking Lost Belt 3 should be allowed to continue to exist? Like, we are the bad guys for anybody living in Lost Belts? I don't think that's true. OC2 will also be sad. True, but we've not gotten to OC2. Alright, good one. This is a hot take. This is more of an opinion than a take, but yeah. I feel you. No, that's a decent one. Sorry if I do kind of speed through these. There are 40 of these, and I need to get this done in 2 hours. Good lord. Alright. I know I said that people can write a wall of text. Some people wrote a wall of text. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's literally too much text. Alright.
Wall of text incoming, so here's a potato to get you through it.
You didn't need that.
I've seen many people beg for it over the years, but I firmly believe a non-Nisuverse crossover for FGO would be the worst thing they could ever add to FGO. There are many gachas out there with incredible universes and lore setup that I feel immediately fall flat when characters from entirely different universes and operating on completely different power systems get forced in and often changed heavily designed / or parcel. Lity-wise, just to barely make sense lore-wise. The only motivation I see for having multiple IP crossovers is to share fans and potential customers between the IPs. I heavily respect the devs and story writers so far for keeping it Nisuverse all the way, as I really don't want some BS excuse for a rogue servant Bakugo from My Hero, and Marin from Dress Up Darling running around Chaldea and somehow power scaling up to Gilgamesh's Holy Grail. I need obscure Tammy from Grace Note's Garden Rail C. I'd story, drawn by Yoneyama Mai, and voiced by 早见沙织 cause that's the crack we need.
To summarize this in one sentence, I don't think that FGO should do crossovers with other IPs because it would ruin the integrity of FGO. To which I have to say, I don't think that's that hot of... I really don't think that this is that hot of a take. I think most people can kind of agree that it just wouldn't fit. The only times I would think it would actually like be okay is if it's with another series that's like decently close. Like, for example, Record of Ragnarok could probably pull an okay rendition of like a Fate Servant. Because those are historical figures already, right? If you're taking a character like that and putting them in, and it's just like, this is you from like an alternate universe or some bullshit like that, I feel like that could work. Okay, this is... Here we go. I'm going to go super nerd mode. This is the Magic the Gathering conundrum. And what I mean by that is that at what point does a set in Magic the Gathering become fucking weird? Magic the Gathering is a high fantasy setting, right? It's got mages, it has some mechanical stuff going on. It has, like, steampunk stuff. It has electronics. There's TVs in it. I think it's Innistrad. Is it Innistrad? No. What's the one with the plane that's run by a fucking demon that's a haunted house? Somebody knows what I'm talking about. But my point is that it's fantasy. It's high fantasy with other fantasy aspects. So in order to maintain the integrity of that, they, like, one of the first crossovers that they've done was like Lord of the Rings, which feels like Magic the Gathering because it's Lord of the Rings, right? And so that makes sense. And like The Hobbit, they're doing The Hobbit soon, which also makes sense. Or like even like Avatar: The Last Airbender, which still, I would say, it's a little bit stranger because it's the anime style, but it fits in there decently okay. Things like Warhammer, because like fucking space weaponry like that is a thing that's in Magic already. Or like Fallout with like ghouls and shit. Like those are like stretching it a little bit, but like you can still see where like the idea of like this could potentially be something that would initially be Duskborn, thank you, be in Magic. And now we have fucking like Spider-Man or like SpongeBob and now Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And there's going to be Marvel characters, and it's just like it just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. And while I think that some people draw the line of like when does it lose its integrity, I think that once it breaks out of like that fantasy aspect like that, it no longer fits. Like Ninja Turtles, for instance, does not fit Magic the Gathering at all. It just doesn't. I liked I like the original Ninja Turtle movies growing up, the original trilogy, because they're goofy as shit. And the costumes are hilarious, but like Godzilla was there. Godzilla could fit though. Godzilla makes sense. Mind you, okay, I should just clarify with the SpongeBob thing. The SpongeBob thing is it's alt art of existing cards. It's not brand new cards. Spider-Man and Ninja Turtles, those are brand new cards. I think the main argument for this is that it's just cheaper and easier for them to just create an original character than to write a story that would please the fans from an outside IP, it's i.e. Super Bunyan. I don't give a fuck about the outside IP. I'm talking about, like, you're in Chaldea and, oh, there's Bakugo. Be like, no, that's not, we don't want that. There's no way, and also the other argument here is that Bakugo could not meet the power of Gilgamesh. He couldn't. Bakugo would see Gilgamesh and get turned into fucking sand. Like, the characters in other IPs are not meeting the power of a heroic spirit because most of the time they're still fucking human. Like, fucking Tanjiro, cool as Tanjiro is not going to stand a chance to somebody like fucking Iori. It's just not going to happen. Ninja Turtles had a fair bit of magic, though. Yes and no. My point is that seeing Ninja Turtles fight alongside fucking, like, Jace the Mindseeker... No, what is it? Whatever, just Jace. Or fucking Urza. It's like, it's weird. It's so weird. Anyway. Glitch dropping truth bombs. This is about MTG. Sorry, I segued into an MTG analogy. It's all relevant. Point being, I don't think this is that hot of a take. I think most people are probably like, Yeah, it would be like a cool one-off thing if they could make it work. Like Record of Ragnarok, I think would work okay. It would have to be another one that like deals in like history or historical like settings, like Miyamoto Musashi from like Vagabond. That would be cool. That'd be an interesting take on like a Musashi character. I'd be okay with that. Like I think if it's taking like historical fiction characters and putting them in, that could make some sense. But I think it's where it's like. This stuff, I'm like, Assassin's Creed? No. I'm going to put my foot down and say no. But then again, I'm also just not an Assassin's Creed fan. Never played the games. I just never really cared for it. Also, Ubislop. Something Ubislop. Alright, next up. I can't think of a single Ubisoft game from the last 20 years that I think is good. That isn't like Rayman. Okay. This one is possibly a hot take.
FGO gameplay is actually fun. You just have to play around with it a bit and not just Morgan /ibuki /kuko spam.
Rainbow Six Siege. I played Rainbow Six Siege, dude. Have you seen what it looks like now? Cold take again. I will disagree with you on that one. I will disagree with you on that one. A lot of people think FGO's gameplay is just boring. Because a lot of people do complain about how FGO boils down to, oh, you just need to 3-turn with Castoria. And then you're done. You just need to do this, and that. You just need to do like these characters to 3-turn it, and nothing else matters. This game has no content. EOS soon. Why are people playing FGO and not just watching vids if they dislike playing it? I've been asking this question for like 4 years. The amount of people who bitch, moan, piss, and cry about FGO and log in every day is amazing to me. And I'm not saying that you can't be critical of the game, but at some point, you are doing it on purpose to yourself, and it's no one else's fault but your own. It's a choice every day to click the login button. As much as it's a choice every day to then follow up by logging into your preferred social media platform and bitching about the thing that you log into every day. Which the argument would be this coming from I want this to be better, except you don't, because you will never be satisfied. I know the kind of person you are. I do know the kind. You can say I don't. I know the kind of person you are, if that's how your line of thinking is. Because doesn't matter what they add, you will never be satisfied. You are the kind of person who will never be satisfied with what they change, because at the end of the day, you don't actually want them to. You don't actually care what they change. You want an outlet to be angry. It's moments like these where you need to realize that you need to put your phone down. Go fishing. Actually, just go fishing. Have a good time. Catch a trout. Go right now. Go outside, catch a trout. It's fun to find out ways to 3-turn farm the 90++ nodes, planning for CQs and bosses. Dude. 2 of my favorite servants in the entire game are Himiko and Johanna. Neither of them are viable in farming. And both of them are super fun to use in challenge quests because they enable you to do so much dumb fucking shit. Well, they don't want... Again, it's not about the fact that they're playing another game. They like the fact... People like that enjoy the feeling of being mad. They do and they don't, is the thing. Some people just choose to live in misery. I will never understand it personally. I would rather live a happy life. But some people do opt to live in misery of their own volition. This message is endorsed by my dad. Fishing, you can't hate the world if you hate the fish you're trying to catch. Exactly. You're more focused on what's under the water than what's on the surface. I'd rather take the login bonus than logging into Twinner. Right. I mean, I think FGO's gameplay is fun, but then I don't know. Maybe I might be an outlier in that because I like turn-based. I've always liked turn-based. I think stuff like that's fun and interesting. It allows for a lot of creativity in it. And yeah, it is 100% a choice to choose to be like, yeah, we're going to just spam 3-turn everything. I mean, I do it for like farming things, but like when it comes, that's why challenge content exists. It's fun. I just play to pull for waifus. If I get her, I play for a bit. If not, I'll stop playing again. Valid. I've seen this, but worse. I've seen people call ZZZ devs horrible things, but continue to play the game. Dude, Hoyo is a whole different beast. Hoyo is a completely different fucking beast in that, like, these things. I don't envy the position of the Hoyo devs at all. Like, God bless them. What was this hot take link posted? It was open all throughout the month of December. Like, and I announced it multiple times in December. All right.
Loli is inherently part of FGO and they often have appeal to lollicons with entire events. If it bothers someone so much to complain online, they should stop playing in order to not support something they claim they are against.
Chat thoughts? I agree with this to a degree, which is to say Loli is inherently a part of FGO, and they often have appealed to lolicons with entire events. This is just a fact. That is just a fact. That is just a fact of the game. Now, the other they lost me in the second half, I'm not gonna lie. Which is, if it bothers you so much, then you should stop playing and not support something that they claim that they are against. Incorrect. You can still enjoy something by being like, hey, I'm just going to ignore and avoid this character at all costs. I'm not going to support this decision. Because the devs do happen to look at the numbers for those things, right? And they now with the advent of grails and 120ing, they can tell if a person was out there for which character on a banner by if they get grailed. They have those statistics and those numbers. Right? Like, we cannot deny, we as the FGO community and even the anime community cannot deny the fact that Lolicon is a part of the fabric of the genre. It just is. You don't have to like it. I don't like it. But it is, right? And there's the people, they fucking appeal to them every now and then. I mean, most recently, I'd say, look, it's fucking Summer Miyu, right? It's just an unfortunate fact of the hobby that we happen to all share. Now, this is a legitimate you can vote with your wallets moment, though, which is to say that if you do want to show that it's not something that you like, you just ignore that character all the time. Just ignore them. I don't want this character. I'm not going to level them. I'm not going to do this, and that with them. Not liking lolis is absolutely valid, but sometimes the people doing it is rather annoying. I will say, I don't like lolis in a sexual, like, fashion. I think that lolis in the position of being fully clothed in armor with big fucking weapons is peak character design. Tiny little girl, big fucking hammer. It's one of the best designs that exists. Let me show you guys, for some of you who don't know. You guys want to see the character that I play in Grand Blue Fantasy Versus? I guess I'll probably have to actually, like, look up. Is it gonna save? I like how I looked up this character's name and the age is a fucking option there. It's like, oh god, no, it's not CAG. I don't play CAG. We play Charlotte in this house. Charlotte. Little girl, big fucking sword. The potato, yeah. I love Charlotte. Charlotte's great. Charlotte's really fun. She has an attack where she just jumps at you like Sonic the Hedgehog with her fucking sword. She's great. I love this character. This character's really fun. This is on technicality. This is a Loli. This is what Loli design should be like. She sounds like Kirby. She does. She stands on a box. She does. It's really, really funny. Like, this character's great. I enjoy this character a lot. This is the kind of Loli character that I want to see more of in everything. I mean, if Zerk Jack didn't exist, I would probably have hated Loli Jack even more. She looks cute. She's very cute. Not petite. The line between petite and Loli is very, very, very blurry, unfortunately. And I'll be honest with you, at my own discretion, I think that the best way to think about it is if it gets posted to Rule 34 and it gets deleted, probably not something that probably counts as a Loli. You should fight me in BlazBlue. No. I suck at BlazBlue. I'm horrible at BlazBlue. I play Taokaka. I'm just really bad. Helps at Harvester. You guys ever see my? This is a complete derail. You guys ever see what the other character that I play is? It's another very cute girl. Which should probably which should probably tip most of you off to who it is. Taokaka stands, hell yeah.
Weet wat de fuck? Van je mean chill toe? Not funny.
You got snagged. Here she is. This is Ladiva. Ladiva is a grappler. Ladiva has an ultimate where she grabs you, pins you down, and puts you into a fucking 3 count. Yes, Ladiva is a girl. I do believe it is trans rep, and I will say, great character. I adore this character. That's a beard? That's a woman? Okay, first off, I've seen women with beards in real life who are not transgender. That is a beard. Ladiva is the hugest cinnamon roll. She is the nicest person ever, and I love her so much. Does Ladiva run a bar? That's a guy? That is not a guy. That is a girl. If you don't believe me, you can do the lore research you want as well. So gender is girl, but born male. You know what? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest and say I don't know off the top of my head. I've not looked into the whole Ladiva lore. Everyone calls her a girl. I call her a girl too. It's literally that simple. It's quite genuinely that simple. This is not a complicated thing. Lore refers to her as a girl. Every other character refers to her as a girl. All of her bios refer to her as a girl. I'm gonna call her a she. It's just that easy. It does not have to be more complicated than that. Yeah, let's hop away from this and get back into the hot takes. Oh, this one's actually a spicy one.
Notes with restricted parties must have insert story-related servant in the front line should be standardized.
We should standardize force story servants. Chat, how do you feel about standardizing forced story servants? Never fully healed from Shimosa. Honestly, yes. Nah, damn. Counter argument, Demeter, real. What do you mean? You need Canis to fight Demeter. I want challenges. Fuck no. Now that is a hot take. No, unless it's a story-heavy moment, because fuck Shimosa. I do not care. I like that response. I don't care. Not standardized, but maybe more often. I would agree with that. Can said story servant be at least maxed skills? I will say, as of recent, they tend to be. For like actual story stuff, they tend to be. Now they have a CE that gives them more damage as well. Yes, but also allow friendless copies of the servant. Ooh, I like that. I actually like that. If you could take a friendless version of it, it would make them easier, but it does still restrict your party. I agree. I actually don't think... Okay, I do... Okay, this is a hot take, so good job. I think that this is a good idea. I think that a lot of people... Some of y'all motherfuckers are a little bit too comfortable with 3-turning every single story fight. And I know that you want to do it just to read the story. However... I think some of y'all need to just think. Hated the Force Musashi and Shimosa? Right. And you know what? I think having now looked at how people reacted, a lot of you are still hung up on Shimosa for that being bad, without realizing that there have been several nodes like this since that have been significantly better, but you don't think about those ones as much because they have been implemented much better. I like what Salem did with reducing our servant levels. I think that they should bring back that. I agree. I actually like that idea. It's fucking annoying, but I mean, it's like, I get it. It's because I gonged them. I think Shimosa was fine. I can understand people's frustration with Shimosa. Like, having a Force Saber support against an archer is annoying. Especially if you did it on release when you had less options. If you're going through it right now, Shimosa's probably a fucking cakewalk. Yeah, no, this is a good take. This is a good one. I think this is good. And you're right. Next up. I like this take too. This is another good one.
Columbus and Shirou are overhated. Other servants in Chaldea have done way worse and are forgiven / ignored.
Columbus and Giles are overhated. Side-eyes Morgan. You're so right. Mind you, I would say Morgan at least had decent motivations for what she was doing, so I think a lot of people are more willing to forgive that. But, like, I don't know. Yeah, Gajuna, people fucking... Gajuna won the most popular male in the fucking waifu husbando contest. A lot of that is them not trying to turn over a new leaf. Counter-argument. Nero. Nero happens to be very, very open about how horrible she was in life. Yeah, literally every Roman. Yeah, Nero was really, really bad. And Nero is also, like, primarily, like, I mean, I think that she has some regrets, but for the most part, she's just like, yeah, I fucking did that shit. Nero did nothing wrong. Just ignore the burning city in the background. Yeah, my favorite Nero thing is that way back in the day, she used to throw parties, and what she would do for entertainment is that she would tie Christians to crucifixes, and then when it started to get dark, she'd set them on fire to illuminate her parties. That's true, by the way. I feel like with Nero, it's more like bad characterization overall, more focused on the character design than the actual character. So it's more that they don't focus on the horrible shit that Nero did. I never posted the hot takes leak on page. Did I not? What the fuck? Holy shit, I'm so sorry. I do agree, but I think that the reason is more on everything being looked at from a we're in the real world perspective, even though it's the fate being fate stuff. Gotta really hope Aurora doesn't become a servant. She single-handedly absolves most other servants in fans' eyes. As soon as Aurora comes out, people won't care. They're gonna be like, oh, damn, horny. Speaking of a character that people just kind of forgive and are just like, oh, she hot, though. Fucking Kiara. How many people are just like, I mean, I guess I'd be in a heaven's hole with her. Columbus is just creepy. Columbus is just creepy. I will say, I respect the portrayal that they've done of Columbus in FGO. I respect what they've done with him, which is to say that he is a bastard. He's an asshole. He is a horrible, horrible human being who's unrepentant for any of the shit that he did. And he acknowledges that. Which I think is good for people to depict Columbus like that. But I also enjoy the fact that they do try and use him as more than just he's a bad guy character. Because you have to remember that for a very, very long time, a lot of people did not consider Columbus to be a villain. That's a more modern, well, in the West at least, that's a more modern interpretation of him and his actions. The thing about hating Columbus and Giles over others is the meme where the office woman is calling HR 100%. But who's worse, Kirei or Rasputin? Kirei. Rasputin, for the most part, is just like a fucking shady douchebag. Kirei is a fucking murderer. Yeah, you can make fun of Shuten all you want, but remember that Shuten did save our lives. And I'm more than willing to forgive Shuten on the basis that Shuten is not human. Bibi? Oh my god. Fucking, okay, let's even put Bibi aside. We're talking about Kazu? My own daughter? Kazu's a horrible person. Oh my god, the shit that she does is horrific. And yet I'm just like, oh my god, baby. There are people who are just like, you know, Rasputin is weird, I mean. Rasputin at worst was attempting to become a, like, the worst interpretation you can get of Rasputin is that he was attempting to take over Russia. However, most people would argue, most historians would argue that no, for the most part, what Rasputin was doing was just trying to, like, make a life for himself and happened to be a shady clergyman while doing it. Feels like she probably should have been a lot more open and nicer, knowing that Chaldea is like a safe space for servants, but instead still acts like a stuck-up brat. Who, Kazu? The FGO community ignores evil or justifies actions if hot. 100%. I mean, shit. How many people are just like, yeah, Oberon's great. He literally eats a country. He eats an entire country. Tenochi? Nah. Alright, we're moving on. Good take. I like that one. It's technically speaking that's a cold take because you're just right, but it did lead to good reactions. It's Britain though. It's true. There's Doman. Yeah.
It's practically impossible to have a good hard take on F/Go since the gameplay is so simple and straightforward. And most of them tend to be littered with a heavy degree of subjectivity anyways, despite how some people act. Most interesting hot takes in my opinion are the ones critical of the story and the characters, or better yet the community.
There we go. It's XX walrus underscore XX bacon. There we go. Yeah, I left this one in because, for one, we've had several good hot takes after this. Like, even before this one. Several good ones. Like, actual good hot takes. I think that the other reason why I included this and why I'm Redditing you right now for this is this. What you just did was not provide a hot take. What you did was criticize the concept of a hot take. What you did was you've added nothing to the conversation by submitting this. You are pretty much just sitting here stating your opinion of something. This is not a hot take. This is you treating this like a forum. This is not a forum. You functionally submitted something and then told me what you think, which is not related to FGO as a game itself. And while this could arguably be a hot take, because the hot take is that there are no hot takes, A, we've had this before. B, we've already proven you wrong with this. Anti-intellectualism. And C, like, if you don't think that there are any hot takes, why are you submitting something to this? Why have you now wasted my time and my chat's time by doing this? I hate to call people out like this, but I genuinely don't know. I'm very confused as to why you would submit this. This is all anonymous. If this is you who submitted this, I'm sorry that I'm digging into you this hard, but like, the next time you submit, please, like, actually have a hot take, or don't submit at all. Even if your hot take happens to be ice cold, it may still be included. Like, the fucking Mewverse one with Emio is a cold take, but that one got included. Why is Klidge in jail? Why am I late? Don't worry about it. Story hot takes are better, though. They are. I'm not saying that they're not better. I'm saying that this is a hot take that has added no substance to the actual stream, other than to give me an excuse to be like, then why did you submit? If your hot take is that there can't be hot takes, then A, you just shouldn't have submitted then, because then what are we doing here? That's actually, you're wrong. You can't actually do this stream, and there can't be 41 fucking submissions out of 100 that you'd gotten. You can't possibly do a stream like this. What do you mean? I'm just baffled. My opinion is that all opinions on a topic is worth, pretty much. It's like, I don't know. If that's you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm digging into you, but like, for God's sake. Here, I'm gonna use a very old adage. Read the fucking room. It's okay. You don't, not every thought needs to be an outside thought. If you think that, you can keep it to yourself. You don't need to share that. Even though this is anonymous and I don't know who you are. What you've just done is you've now eaten up time in the stream because of this. Mind you, it's equally my fault because I left it in. But at the same time, like, why? I left it in because I'm baffled. I'm genuinely confused as to why you thought it was necessary to include that. Anyway.
FGO Gacha is actually better than that of Genshin and other modern Gacha games. Because you literally just need a copy of the servant and you basically have it skit, no more BS swap needed, and you just miss damage from not pulling more copies of the servant. You have all their base kit available when you pull them.
FGO's Gacha is better than modern Gacha. Wrong, sometimes you do need that NP levels. You don't need them. Okay, it wasn't intentional to follow this up. This is an actual hot take. The Gacha of FGO is better than Genshin, that's just true, and other modern gacha games. That's untrue. I agree that the gacha is better than... Yeah, I think people will agree with you. Yes, it's better than Genshin. Because whiffing a 50-50 is ass, and then having to get the weapon for the person to actually get them to work afterwards, and then also whiff that 50-50, also ass. And that's not even getting into if you need, like, stellar lights. I think it was Chaldea Gurus, or Gacha Gurus, who broke down the numbers for this, and was just like, the cost differential is about the same, but you're more likely to get something out of FGO. Arknights, Enfield, Wuwa, Nikkei, Normal, Arknights, Reverse 1990. Yeah, all of those have better systems. If you want to talk about the dupe system, then maybe, I guess, but it's just like, they're not wrong. Play Battle Cats? No. Reverse doesn't have a second banner. I'm like, the point of this hot take is that you do just get the character out the box, and then you can build them, and you can make most characters work at NP1, right? This is the reason why I don't play Uma anymore. I don't want to roll for both Umas and cards. I will roll for the cards just because, aside from like the fact that they're good, it is cute to see the additional side stories. I like those. Only K-Scope and Black Grail and the many free ones. Yeah. FGO Gacha is pain. Yeah, I think that the hot take part is that FGO's Gacha is better than a lot of modern Gachas, because that's not true. The rest of this I would tend to agree with for the most part. Limbus Gacha makes me happy. I don't know shit about Limbus Gacha. I rarely get NP2 5 stars. I stop when I get one copy. Oh, I agree. And most of the time, one copy of a 5-star is more than enough. There are some where it makes it better, right? Where, I mean, it's always going to be better if you have more copies of a character. But, like, I think that for 99.99999% of servants in FGO, one copy is more than enough. Dupe system is better. Gacha is meh. Yeah, the dupe system in FGO is fucking dog shit. You have to get the same 5-star 5 times, and then on the 6th time you get a little thing that you can trade in, and you have to do that 5 times as well, and then you can get a free main story 5-star that you probably already have. Chat, did you know I've never once gotten a wheel in FGO? Never. I have a couple of 5-stars at NP5. I've never gotten a 6th. I've never gotten a USO. Never gotten a Wii? Yeah. It means you still have some sanity. Well, if you've seen my Gacha videos, you know that's a fucking lie. Go look up my favorite Gacha video I ever made called The Jolter Incident. Listen to it on public transport. It's 10 wheels for the 5-star. Yep. Wait, no, it's 5 for it's 5 for it, isn't it? There's no way it's 10 for the 5-star. I thought it was 5. It's 10? Oh, fuck you, Faye. Oh, that's fucking stupid. Like I said, that is a part of FGO I've never even touched, so I had no idea. It's 10. Holy shit. Fuck yourself. Yeah. Half of this I agree with, the other half I don't. So, hot take. Decent. Next up. God, we are not going to get through all of these, I don't think. Ooh. Guys, this is a nice reminder that this was made. This was out before the conclusion of part 2.
Whenever people bring up the idea of FGO, I roll my eyes. Like I'm gonna be honest and say, FGO will lose majority of its player base. If they tell players they will delete their servants and now they have to download a new game and start all over. No matter how successful FGO is, This success is tied to the game and the fact that many have played it for years. A lot of people say FGO's success is tied to the Fate IP, but I strongly disagree. FGO is right now more well known than Fate Stay Night. It is the golden goose of the Fate IP. Just look at Overwatch, super popular game. Then they made Overwatch, and while it's still being played today, it is not as big as it once was.
Alright. First off, I hate to break it to you. This is a comment that has aged so fucking poorly. Because it's no longer Overwatch 2, it's now just Overwatch again. Remember that. Additionally, I roll my eyes at the idea of FGO 2. I think that what they mean by this is like the brand new game FGO 2, which did not happen. They were right. We did get a part 3 though. I get it, but they're kind of wrong. I agree. I think that this is 100% a hot take, because I don't think that people would abandon the IP of FGO if they had to hop to a different game. I don't. They would be like, I want to see the next part of the story. I will say, I mean, maybe this is a hot take for some people. I do think that they're right that Stay Night is no longer like the poster of the Fate franchise. I think it is FGO. Because FGO is the most relevant one. I think that more people know about Stay Night at this point in time, at least in the West. In Japan, people know Grand Order. They fuck with Grand Order heavy. And they like Fate, they like fucking, they like Saber, they like Rin, they like those characters. But, like, FGO's 100% surpassed Stay Night in terms of, like, relevance. Which I know is a hard pill to swallow for some. You know, because the anime, not the VN. Oh, yeah. And also, there's, like, all kinds of, like, Fate anime that's been airing. FGO 2 is never happening, just admit it. I don't know. I'm just gonna say I don't know. Also, there's no way that they would delete your account to make you start over. They would make you a carryover for that. They would do something like that, yeah. Or you'd have like a shit ton of things. Is wanting a new protagonist in FGO a hot take? I think that they should have an MC with an actual personality next. I got good news for you. If you're caught up on the story, you'll know that the current Fate MC has grown an actual personality. Like, we now actually are... it's happening slowly, and they are developing the character. But OC2 is going to be introducing a lot of information about who you are playing as. Which is nice. How? Because they decided that making it a self-insert is stupid. You'll see. You'll see. They're coming into their own, albeit it has taken a lot of time. I heard the next story is wholesome. Yeah, it's a school simulator. Yeah, no, I mean, I think this is mostly... I disagree with the idea that I don't think the people would be like, I'm stopping to play Fate Grand Order now. It's just like, because they're doing a new game. It's like... I think the Overwatch... I'll say this. I also think the comparison between Overwatch is a misguided one. Mostly because people have been stopping playing Overwatch 1 near the end of its initial life. Because the game was not fun anymore. I've met the vast majority of my current like online friend group from Overwatch. And I played this game religiously for years. Every day, every night, I would log in, play Overwatch with my buddies for a couple of hours, and log out. I probably have well into the thousands of hours in Overwatch. And near the end of that game's life cycle, it would become very clear that like Blizzard they do not care. They don't give a fuck about the franchise. They just know it's a moneymaker. Overwatch League was functionally dead, still kind of is. And all of that. And so the way how they were going to reinvigorate is to release Overwatch 2. The FGO has never really been on, like... FGO has never really fallen off. There's no reason to reset and be like, okay, we're going to try and get new people in. Yeah, and then Rivals came out. Yeah. Well, Valorant came out. That took away a lot of people. Then Rivals came out, and that took away even more people. Overwatch and fun shouldn't be put in the same. I will contend that Overwatch for the first few years was very fun. Had a great time with it. But nowadays, like, even like new Overwatch, how they've rebranded it back to being Overwatch 1 feels like it feels more like a desperate attempt at being like, no, we're relevant, but it's very, very cynical, given that they're now just recycling the same character models and not being interesting with like any of the characters that they're releasing. People who don't play FGO treat it this way. Oh yeah, though. I think fear of FGO 2 is because very few of any successful gacha games have had any direct sequels. I've seen bad gachas that tried and just immediately died. I think the issue with that is like you can't have the current gacha running too. Like I'll be interested to see how Enfield fares versus OG Arknights. But you know, we'll have to we'll see. We'll see. All right, moving on. Ooh, I like that. I do like this one. Because chat, he's attacking you. If you're in my community, this person's attacking you directly.
The scorn for Galahad is way overblown. I get not caring about him, but he's barely been on screen long enough to feel anything about. He's functionally no different from a new servant at this point, and people go to stop acting like he killed their grandma. Maybe this isn't a hot take, but it seems like almost everyone in Cleveland wants to crucify him, lol.
This is someone who's very mad in the Discord. This is someone who is very angry in my Discord server because no one in my Discord likes Galahad. Everyone thinks he's a fucking nothing character. Mind you, I've perpetuated that in my own fucking opinions, and I'm imagining that the chat reflects the streamer a little bit. He is ugly, though. I will give this person some credit. Galahad can go die in a ditch. I'll give this person some credit. They're right when they say we don't know enough about him yet as a character. Right? I will say that is correct. That is 100% correct. We don't have enough information about Galahad, right? We have some knowledge, but like for the most part, like, again, okay, I will say, he's not ugly, he just looks like every fucking Nasu character. Every Nasu young man. He isn't ugly, he's generic. Which is arguably worse, because I feel like an ugly character at least is more memorable. Like a person like fucking Zoken, who is an ugly bastard, has a great design. I consider Man handsome. I mean, look, I love Sonoji. It's a very bland design, but he's a bland design on purpose because he's supposed to be unassuming. OMG, it's Jeffrey. Yeah, this is Jeffrey of Monmouth's alt account. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so stupid, chat. You just okay, one sec. You just reminded me of something I had meant to do. I was very mean when I was making this because I'd actually done something that I completely forgot that I had done. Chat, are you ready for this? This isn't going to work the way that I want it to anymore, but let let me, really quick. I'd actually made a whole PowerPoint for this. There we go. And I'd done this as well. Oh wait, okay, I do need to put her below. You can go here. I'd done this and given everybody fucking names. This one's by Fujoshi, Lord Procrastinator, XX Sword Fan 04XX, Hopeless Batman, Don't Bully Me, I'll Come, Ivan the Not So Terrible, Simple is Blessed, Truth Nuke Button Presser, Non-Offending but Pretty Sure. I forgot I named this person. I forgot about that one. I forgot I did that one. Alright. Yeah, there was this one for the Musashi one. Waifu Privilege Hater, yup. Oh my god. Yeah. Reddit guy, 50/50 Gambler. There's this one. Alright, yeah, that's right. This is why I was reminded of this, because I named it. This was the fake name I came up for this chatter. T Mallory 1425. Somebody reminded me that I had done this. Okay. All right. Just one moment while we get to the next one. Next hot take is by Masochistic Punching Bag. And they say,
FGO's gameplay is more expressive and enjoyable than games like HSR, Arknights or Genshin.
Gear system feels more expressive. Okay, so here's the thing. I liked Star Rail's combat. Star Rail's combat was I thought it was pretty good. I like Arknights as well, but that's because I like tower defense. Genshin is boring. Genshin too quickly becomes the same thing over and over again without much variation. This one is at least for Genshin, that this is not true. Yeah, I don't particularly care for Genshin's gameplay. It's a big reason of why I dropped the game. It just gets boring after a while. Arknights, expressive. I'm gonna stop you right there. Maybe not Arknights, but as someone who plays HSR and used to play Genshin, it's true FGO is more expressive. FGO is very expressive with its gameplay, and I appreciate how they do manage their attacks and stuff like that, but I don't really care. I kind of get it. Team building is kind of rigid in Genshin and Honkai Star Rail. Yeah. Mind you, that isn't to say that team building isn't rigid in fucking FGO too. I will say, though, that with the cast of FGO, you can do some pretty goofy shit if you, like, look hard enough. Like, the synergies that you can pull off are pretty interesting. Like, there are some instances where characters that are meta are not as good as their non-meta counterparts. Like, there are some times it's just, like, it's better. It is better to use somebody like Zhufu over a Castoria in X situation. I think there's a missed video about that. Another one is like, the fuck is it? I like how they've done multi-core, which now makes you have to actually think about how you're going to set up your teams to like farm for people. Like you can't just run the same teams anymore. Like I'd say modern FGO for sure is now a lot harder to say is not as expressive and like enjoyable because you have to sit and think. Like if you didn't know this, every event that comes out on NA, at least on NA, I think on JP too, somebody has a massive fucking spreadsheet that they release. It's one of the only good things on Reddit. It's a huge spreadsheet that they release of all of the potential patterns that you can use to farm effectively with like the 90++ nodes. And it's always weird fucking servant combinations. You're like, wait, that works? And they do. And they take into account like counter traits and shit like that that are good, and like you can use this in this one. It's like, yeah, it's all really, really fun and interesting. Yeah, that spreadsheet is incredibly helpful. The guy who makes that, shout out to you. You're doing God's work. Genuinely, you're awesome. Please keep up the good work. New to FGO, hope you're enjoying it. Yeah, that guy's awesome. But it's just like, yeah, in this instance, where you would never expect it, it's actually more advantageous to you to use your Santa Nemo, because he'll just work better in this situation than any other AoE writer, even the 5 stars. Like, oh, okay, damn, cool. How much did I miss again? We are, I think, 17 in, 18 in of 40. With this, we might need to do a part 2. We might need to do a part 2. I look mostly at what Kadaroth says. He's another good resource for stuff, yeah. Grand Scheherazade duel, yeah. All right. Next up, next hot take. That's a good one. I like that. That's fun.
You greater than Himiko.
Discuss. The D colon is really funny to me every time when that pops up in chat. Capital D colon. It's always so funny to me. Here we go. I have no strong opinions. I see agreed from my own mod Tig. Himiko's too ditzy. Himiko has a funny song in her NP, ergo she is better. Both are daughter, end of discussion. Truth nuke, yo. Here's the thing. You say yours was obviously you. There were a couple that could have been from you. That being said, Guda Guda events are mid at best these days, so I care. Oh, that's a hot take. I think Guda Guda are still some of the better story events. They, like, the joke... They always start off with a joke and like have a little bit of a joke in the middle, but they're mostly like played serious these days. It was a welfare, meaning I can save poll currency, so she is better. Wow, I have a reputation? I mean, you've been in this chat room for what, 3-4 years? Something like that? Probably longer? You get to know some peeps. Nah, Guda Guda is mid. No one can hold a candle to Nobu. Oh, I see how this is. You're mad that Nobu got at the start of the most recent Guda Guda. I see how this is. Yeah, the Psycho Guda Guda was great. I thought that was really fun. They gave us a bunch of fun characters. I will always like Himiko more, but I have a bias towards that. Io is a very, 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 very close second. Car. I have a car Nobu, and I love it. Also, Guda Guda gave us fucking Rikyu, who's one of my favorite servants fucking ever. Okay, for example, Babylon, this next one could have been yours.
Male servants' Valentine's scenes are better because they are not tied to making 斜杠 giving chocolate. The freedom of the gift being able to be anything makes them more interesting.
By person of great culture. Here's the thing. I'm sure some people probably think this one is a hot take. I think they're 100% correct. By and large, the male scenes, I would argue, are better. Not me, but I agree. But you see what I mean? Like, this could have been you. I think that this one is just kind of true, in my opinion. Just because... Yeah, it's like, yeah, you do just get fucking... Every female servant gives you chocolate. For the most part. And then there's Van Gogh. Van Gogh's scene is fucking amazing. But that's aside from the point. The male scenes, they're doing all kinds of weird shit with you. Dome gave me curses. I love him. I just agree with this one. I can see where some people are like, I like it better because I want my waifu to give me chocolate and be really cute while doing it. I think that's valid. But I will contend that, like, getting other objects as well as kind of is a lot more interesting to me. Canis takes you fishing. That's why Canis is the GOAT. Tez bankrupted a company for us. I don't have Tez, so I've not seen his. They're doing weird shits with you. Who was the one who I read recently where they do just drug you? It was fucking Sugitani. Sugitani gives you alcohol and tricks you into eating it. It's really funny. Sugitani keeps fucking it up and then feeds it to you. Hey, what's up? Good morning. All of the Nito Chris art ones are really funny because it's just like... She's just like, how did it come to this again? Roma just gives you a wolf? Yeah. Well, Roma gives you all of Rome. Romulus Kiernus gives you a wolf. I love Sugitani. Sugitani is such a fun character. Kashin Koji gives you a body. Kashin Koji's is insane because she just gives you a body and it's just like, hey, if you ever want to, like, you know, swap bodies and just become your own thing, we can do that. Indra gives you a globe that is just a piece of the sky. That's awesome. I think that by and large the men give better gifts. That said, there are some standout women ones. I mean, one of my favorite ones is Lobo, where he just like puts you on his back and then runs you through the fields to give you the experience. That one's a really sweet one. The ASMR one is really cute because it's Huyan Zhou being a freak. I mean, Kotomini gives you the device. Moriarty gives you a book on how to be evil, but then also a diploma because you never graduated high school. That's a good one. This one, some people might think it's a hot take. I don't, but I do like it. Freakin' Joe. All right, next up.
I personally think that they don't need to add an auto mode into FGO like ever. If you consider how most games handle their respective autoplay features and how it would look like in FGO as a result, it would be so bad that no one would use it except maybe for low-level nodes. And I doubt they would ever make it as fleshed out and customizable as it would need to be to replace SMTH like FJ or other macros.
People saying we never finished high school. Dude, we joined... When FGO starts, we're like 15 or 16. No, we did not. If anything, we just started high school. Alright. This person says we shouldn't have auto farm. That's certainly a hot take. Maybe we're an overachiever. We're not. Just use FGA if you need it so bad. I mean, yeah. or 1999 has a nice feature where they just replay your inputs. I mean, that's what FGO should do. If you want to do it, is have the option to just replay it the same way. The problem with doing it in FGO is that I guess they could just save the replay and then run it for the apples. It's just that FGO is kind of inconsistent with its damages. I love the name you gave them. I mean, this is the kind of person who would write this, right? I mean, any auto farm wouldn't work with the spaghetti code. I mean, they can update the code. In fact, I'm pretty sure, I don't know how to tell you guys this, who like continue to meme about the spaghetti code, but I mean, you're right to a degree, but I do believe that they have been slowly but surely rewriting shit to be better. Not in all aspects, but like for some. I would be hard pressed to believe that they've been going 11 years now and just like being like, yeah, you know, coding is hard. Oh yeah. Yeah, no auto farm. I disagree. I think an auto farm option would be nice. I think the best auto farm option that they could have is the one kind of similar to like what Star Rail does, where it's like, yes, you have to clear it first, and then after that you could replay it with some variations. Have you been in the code? I don't have access to those files. No. If TF2 can hold it together, FGO can. If TF2 has the coconut, Guilty Gear Strive has Goku. FGO, I'm sure somebody can get into FGO's code and they're going to find, like, I don't know, Arkerwood feet pics. There's your motivation. Anyway. Yeah, good take. Interesting hot take. Yeah, more quality of life updates would be cool. And I think that we are going to get them more as time rolls on. Alright. Free porn hidden in the files. I'm currently working on coding something, and I would do that. Alright, next up.
FGO should have some more consistency in who gets to be a servant or not. Stuff like the Guda Guda jail shows how almost every daimyo, Shinsengagami member or manslayer can become a servant. Not that I'm complaining about the amount of servants we are getting, but rather just the quality of the people we are getting. But most people would probably have all of them instead of only the chosen few. That's my hot take. Thank you for reading.
So this one I don't think is a hot take necessarily. I do think a lot of people like a lot of the NPCs that we are getting, though. Like, I can understand the frustration of being like, why is every Shinsengumi member a fucking servant? That's not fair, right? Well, I'm going to, the name aged well. Oh yeah. I'm going to, fill you guys in on something. I'm not sure how many people know this. I'm not sure how many people are aware of this, but FGO is a game that's made in Japan. I know, people hold your horses, and if you're a horse, hold your breath. This is a game made in Japan. And what that means is that they are going to more than likely add in Japanese-related servants. I know it can be frustrating from a global audience perspective when we have 1 million Japanese servants and like 8 people from Africa, kind of, and people who are not actually from Mexico. Or sorry, not actually from South America. Yes, there's the Japan bias. 100%. I don't have the list of characters on this, but I imagine the majority of servants in this game are from Japan and England. Right? I can 100% understand the frustration with being like, we're not getting these characters. Don't forget Greek myth. Oh yeah, dude, Japan, Greece, and Britain, bro. That makes up most of the cast. Greece to be a close third. Oh, dude, Greece might actually be ahead of them. Also, China. China has a lot, but not as many. There are a lot of people. There are a lot of people from India too. Yeah, I don't mind it. Other people don't mind it. Ark, you can't say that. You can't say. I know which one you mean, but you can't say that. He's talking about the Filipino ones, which were the good guys. The Filipino ones, which were like a reform party in the Philippines. However, you can't just say that. Don't forget France. Yeah. No, I agree it would be nice if they would add more. That said, I can 100% understand why they don't, and I happen to like a lot of the Japanese service that get released because I'm a filthy weeb. Sorry. Next up. I don't know if this one's a hot take necessarily, but
I'm a Deitas fan and I think his art is perfect the way it is, and the way it stands out so much from everything else.
You know what? I respect it. This is somebody who is technically correct. I mean, this is a person who does truly have a great taste in art and very likely enjoys the artist as well. You could use some melanin. Yeah. Tin Man Tez. Oberon and Tez get so much prejudice. On release, both of them got horrific amounts of prejudice, yes. I'd say nowadays people are like their art style more and can appreciate them now that they've spent more time with them. But the knee-jerk reaction to how they look is definitely one where people were like, ooh. You know what I mean? Like, remember, fucking Oberon on release. Oberon's one of the most beloved servants in Fate right now. Like, one of the singular most beloved Fate characters ever. And on release, people are like, look at this filthy frog-mouthed British-looking cunt. I hate the way this guy looks, right? And then they read the story and they're like, oh my god, I would give my life for this guy. And I think the same thing happened with Tez. You saw Tez's design, which doesn't look like it would fit in FGO at all, and also it looks incredibly washed out. And then you read the story and you're like, oh, he's actually him. He's the GOAT. You gladly take your life to both those people would. So yeah, no, I would say yeah, no, this is a hot take to say I like them on release because a lot of people fucking hated them. I think people didn't like it because of how different. That is what it is. It's they don't want things that aren't the standard anime style. Mind you, Oberon's artist is relatively prolific. I'm pretty sure she's the artist for fucking March Comes In Like a Lion, which is a very popular anime and manga series. So, like, I can 100% understand, like, if you're Nasu being like, I need this person on my project. Same thing with Tez's artist. Tez's artist is, I'm not as familiar with their work, but, I mean, they do a lot of, like, exhibition work. Eden of the East, Honey and the Takeover, etc. Recognize Tez's art style because I'm in a Mob Psycho. I'm a Mob Psycho fan, and I just like PS2 RPG illustrations. Exactly. Did people not like the Pokemon artists doing certain? Oh yeah, they thought it didn't fit the style. In fact, I think a lot of people still think that. But I'll say this: Taisui is my baby, and I will kill you. You say one bad thing about him, and I'll fucking kill you. Can I say that on Twitch? I wasn't there for Oberon's JP release, but his art style never bothered me as much as Tez's. Yeah. Yeah, next up. Oh god. This one is, again, with each passing one, we do prove that fucking Reddit comment wrong.
I think FGO should let you fully NTR the married servants. The game has subtle lines that give a bit of room for fan service fan works, but they should just go all in. That me romance peasant.
Chat, this one's too far gone. We gotta kill him. Chat, this one's too far gone. We have to kill him. We have to kill this guy. We have to kill this guy. That is a hot take. That is an actual hot take. We gotta kill this guy. This screams modern Gacha fan. Let Brynhild take care of him, right? Nuclear truth nuke. Yeah, we need to put this guy down. I'm doing this Andre Chikatilo style. I'm putting the gun behind the ear. But put Sieg in the cuck chair where he belongs. No. Damn, my chat's actually fighting on this. I'm seeing people being like, fuck this person. People being like, this person is preaching. Definitely modern Gacha fan. Alright, that means this is a good one, because people are fucking fighting in my chat about who's who. I still want Tomoe's husband. Dude's cool too. Oh, dude, fucking Yoshinaka's awesome. There are animals among us. Marriage is till death do you part. They're back. That's a good hot take. I appreciate that, Jufu. By the way, these are, in case it wasn't obvious, these are not the names people were using. I came up with all of these. I disagree completely. I don't think that we should be fucking NTRing anybody. Oh, this next one's also really fun because this is before the release. This is before these characters released.
Omi-san is not that hard. This post was submitted by Bisione and Kuroheim Gang.
Chat. Buzzer sound. I got a better solution. Threesome? That's the real answer. Let Plushie has this guy. Is this for real? Look at this guy. We must maintain the agenda at all cost. I think Omi-san is super hot. Real. Lies. Meh. Bishone is better than Snake Mommy. Snake Mommy, Snake Mommy. It's okay to be wrong. Death. Snake Waifu is love. Snake Waifu is life. Yes, all three. Lamau, she is quite hot. Not really my kind of character, but I think that she is hot. We love Hot Snake MILF. Hot Snake MILF. Hot Snake MILF in your area. Download app, get Hot Snake MILF in your area. Huge scaly tits. I'm talking huge scaly tits. Open Google. Google snake tit. Google MILF snake tit. Alexa, Google MILF snake tit. Snake Waifu is the best since 2004. So I can get hot snake wife. Snake Dilf. Snake Dilf. Ooh. You're all incorrect. Gorgon is the best snake. Does Omi even have skin? Yes, she does, actually. I'm going to be potentially heretical here. I like Bishone more. I like Bishone's art style more, but I have a thing for office ladies in short stacks. Like that kind of short stack, I guess I should specify. Short girl, big titty. Does Omi lay eggs? Of course she does. Next question. I like office ladies. What can I say? Office ladies are awesome. Andromeda, best girl. Andromeda is a very, very good pick. A Bishillion damage. I've been championing Bishone since her release, and I will continue to do it. I love her. She's great. She's fantastic. I think I have her at level 100 on JP. She's great. Order Omi-san shedding skin. Alexa, order Omi-san shedding skin right now. Download omisanshedding-skin.wav. Alexa, open X, formerly known as Twitter.com. Go to Sventarian Twitter account. Like video of him voicing Albert Wesker. Andromeda needs to forget her husband. Oh wait, was that the previous hot take? Yeah, here's the thing. I don't think that you're gonna get Andromeda to forget her husband. That's her entire fucking personality. I think Andromeda is cool as a design. Her writing, I was worried about it when it was coming to NA because I read the event in JP and I was like, she does not have a personality. She just only talks about Perseus. And then they localized her. She doesn't have a personality. She only talks about Perseus. I'm like, man. It makes me so sad. Next hot take.
I like men.
True, agreed. Good take, approved. Gay pointing finger. Kill them, truly the hottest take today, indeed. Good for you. So cold it houses polar bears. What kind of men? Hot men, hot men. Hot men eating beans. Hotmeneatingbeans.com. The Astolfo Pog. I like a man. This comment was made by Sanson. Hotmeneatingbean.com. Alright, next one. Maybe we can finish tonight. Let's find out. Antarctica take.
If more fights where you can use your special Grand Servant's abilities become common on Part 3 onwards, you should only be able to make a team of Leo with Grand Servants, no exceptions. It would make it so every player has a different experience with the same fight and actively has to be aware of how to apply their limited Grand Gesture to each fight that comes at them, while also keeping them special. Grand Servants should be able to hold their own and only stand alongside old Grands.
This is, I would say, an okay take. How is this a hot take? This is just a good idea. Not only is this a good idea, this is an idea that they actually use. You'll know what I mean in the future, but this is an idea that they actually use. And what they're trying to say is that now that we have Grand Servants, from what comes next into FGO, there should be more quests where you can only use your Grand Servants in those quests. That way you've officially limited who you can bring to a mission, and now you can pick, okay, I need to do this, this, and this. It's creating restrictions for yourself, but it's for your best possible characters, and you are limited to one per class. This is just a very good idea, right? And it's an idea that FGO actually does use in the finale. So yes, I think that this is unfortunately no longer a take, but I figured that it was worth including because, hey, it's something that they are actually doing, which is nice. A Chinese Empress in summer mode to kill God? Hell yeah. Want to have like 2 or 3 limited servants, all Grands, and be sick? Yes. If they do that, then I feel sorry for whoever picks Jekyll as their Grand. I don't. I'll say this. For the final fight of FGO Part 2, I brought a 120 Eric Blood Axe, and he lived longer and was more effective than my 120 Mash. You would be shocked at how well these shitty low rarity characters can actually hold their own. I brought Grand Leonidas. Hell yeah. Yeah, my Eric lasted for the majority of the fight. He only died like right at the very end. Well, Gaia, I'm not saying anything. Discover it for yourself. Next take.
Not only are the guys not getting separate spirit origins for Summer a huge missed opportunity, but it's the reason Herc doesn't have an archer saber rider form. If male servants could regularly get summoned in a different class, non-berserker Heracles would have totally been a main character in a summer event.
First off, yeah, but Eric isn't exactly bad. People usually don't invest much into him. As someone who does use Eric religiously and is a 120 and my Grand Berserker, he is that bad. His kit is horrible. He has attack and defense down. He has a heal that has debuff clear and a guts, a 4-turn guts, and an NP that kills him. That does 1,000 damage to him, sorry, so he chips away at his own health. Eric needs a buff. Eric is in dire straits. Anyway, yeah. Why 4? He's a year 1 servant. Not only are the guys not getting separate spirit origins of Summer a huge missed opportunity, but it's the reason Herc doesn't have a Saber Archer Rider form. You lost me at the last half there. I don't think that that's the reason why Herc doesn't have extra forms. I think that Herc doesn't have extra forms because it's hard to work Herc into those things. Yeah, Archer Herc, I imagine if we get a Strange Fate collab, Archer Herc will probably end up showing up. Yeah, Eric's second buff was to give him his 3rd skill, which is a bad skill. Yeah, I agree with you up to the point where you said that not getting separate spirit origins for Summer is a huge missed opportunity. I'd roll for Summer male servants. I think that'd be cool. But I think everything else is that is a hot take, because I would say you're just I don't agree with you. I don't think that that's the reason why. I think it's more of just like there's other things that they're doing instead. Not as an Avenger, no. Summer Kojiro, I still dream of you, right? I just picture Berserker Herc just holding a tiny martini between his fingers. Well, no, we've seen what Summer Herc looks like. He has a bunch of fucking lays around his neck, and he has a giant fucking watermelon gazer. Give me Summer Stolf and I will roll. I'm saying that they should do, genuinely, what they should do, and it would be the funniest Summer thing that they could do, is get all of the characters who have an unknown gender and make them Summer servants. Get Daeon, get Astolfo, get, you get Indra. Indra's technically gender unknown. Get Sugitani. We already got Canis, yeah. Get Doman. Doman already has a Summer form, though. Get Takeru, yeah. Get Enkidu. Perfect. There we go. That's a perfect, just androgynous Summer. It's androgynous they Summer. Summer Spooter. Would you... Okay, tell me. Would you roll on those banners? 5-star Summer Astolfo, 4-star Summer Daeon. 5-star Summer Sugitani, 4-star Summer... who else did we say? Like 4-star Summer Indra. 5-star Summer... God, who were the other ones that we said? My brain... 5-star Summer... Who else did I say? My brain. Takeru. 5-star summer Takeru, 4-star summer Koji. They're all naked with just no private. Yeah, they're like Barbie dolls. I saw mostly yeses. I saw mostly yeses and some no's. Oh, yeah, Enkidu. Now, let's replace Spooter with the Enkidu. Spooter is... No, Enkidu is your welfare. Spooter is the rate up. Brother, you think we have a choice? And even if we did, yes. That's what I'm saying. Tell me that wouldn't print money. Androgynous Summer? Summer Tyra? Oh, I can't be here. We gotta move on. This one's kind of a continuation from another one that we had. Can Enkidu swim? Wet clay? Yes.
Even though the PT system needs improvement, FGO's Gacha is better than the Hoi O Gacha model with it scoring 50/50 PT.
I mean, yeah, we already kind of talked about this, but also, yeah, I prefer FGO's Gacha over the 50/50 model. I feel like 50/50 is designed intentionally to drain your money, and it's much. I would argue it's much more frustrating to lose the 50/50 than to get a Rainbow Spark and not get a 5-star. Or to not get the 5-star you're wanting. Next.
Shadiels and Raspberry should have been talked about way before last belt because now it's just gonna feel like an info dump and the ending rushed.
Chat, does he know? Chat, does he know? That's all I'm gonna say. Does he know? Do they know? Does this person know? I don't think that they know. I don't think that they know, which is what makes it a hot take. But it's a hot take born of actual ignorance and not, oh my god, it's another novel, and not like dubious opinion.
The majority of the community does not know how to play FGO, and should not be allowed to have opinions about a combat system that babies them with easy, boring fights because they refuse to engage with or understand how it functions. Granted, the dev team deserves some of the blame for not providing players with all the information they need. But the community doesn't care enough about the gameplay for the missing information to matter. And game farming could have included enemies with breakba. RS, take more than sentence, or have other seek-you-like behaviors before the graduates and be actually interesting instead of the same monotonous damage check if FGO players could actually play the game. A majority of the community doesn't even use command codes. The gameplay experience of people who actually play the game should not have to cater to those that turn their brain off and click random buttons.
So this is an actual hot take. This is an actual hot take. What this person is saying is that you do not know how to play FGO properly. The implication with this, unfortunately, is that I think this person is saying that they do know how to play FGO properly. This is Endymion. Who sent... Okay, it's so funny you say the FGC elitist, because what I was about to say is, chat, I'm going to put forth the opinion to say you don't know how to play most of the games that you're playing. I'm going to say right now that you do not know how to play most of the games that you are playing. Asterisks at the effective pro play level. This to me reads like somebody who is trying to be incredibly elitist about how the gameplay should be played. This is literally somebody telling you that you're playing the game wrong. You're not doing it in the most optimal way possible. Like, you could be doing this better. I do this better. You're not using these resources that are at your disposal. You know what? Here's the thing. This person's technically right. Let me paint a picture for you, chat. A game that I've been playing a lot of recently that I'm a big fan of is Deadlock, right? I love Deadlock. I have like 300 plus hours in Deadlock right now. There's still shit that happens in that game that I didn't know could happen. Cartori Avalon, thank you for the 14 months. Welcome back. Glad to have you back.
Optimizing is not knowing how to play. Optimization is something that is niche for a reason.
In Deadlock, did you know, with the new character Apollo, you can parry Doorman's Door? Doorman's Door is not an attack. It shouldn't register as an attack. It's something that you click, and it has to be timed absolutely perfectly, otherwise you get sent to the door dimension. It's not something that should be stoppable. You shouldn't be able to prevent that from happening to you, but you can. Right? Did you know that Deadlock also has these other things in it that make it door dimension? Yeah, it's weird. Valve code? I mean, yeah. Did you know that Deadlock also has this option that no player is really aware of unless they're at the hyper pro levels of play, which is where if you buy a certain amount of items, the game gives you active passive damage to the category. So in Deadlock, there's 3 types of items. There's weapon items, healing items, and spirit items. If you buy a lot of spirit items, you get passive spirit damage to all your spirit stuff. And it gives you a nice little bump in all your extra damage. I would say 80% of Deadlock players don't know that. Additionally, let's move it to something that people are maybe a little bit more aware of. Let's talk like Street Fighter. Somebody said FGC earlier, or Tekken. I played a lot of Tekken 8. Most people are playing Tekken 8 wrong, because what they're doing is they're not optimally trying to get people to fall into their traps and then comboing them until they have no health. They're not optimally, like, doing mix-ups. They're not optimally doing every combo. They're not optimally doing this, and that, right? So yes, you're technically playing the game wrong. Is it wrong to play the game wrong, though? This person is coming off incredibly aggressive with how they're trying to point this out, as if the fact that you're playing this game wrong means that that means that you shouldn't be playing the game at all, which is wrong, right? If you play the game wrong and got to the end of part 2, you didn't play the game wrong. You just played the game. I played Leo and Kuma. I have fun. My man, another Kuma enjoyer. Become unbearable. Watching a pro play a fighting game is so boring. I disagree. I think that there's a nice little like hoop in that. I think that it's interesting to see two pros play a fighting game. It just depends on the game itself. I think that there's a certain like level of like, I can't believe this person actually pulled off this insane feat. It's when the shit, like, you see a pro do something that you wouldn't expect them to do and pull it off and it worked, where it becomes awesome. It's why fucking the Justin Wong FGC 27 clip or whatever it's called, where he gets the shit parried out of him and he gets his ass kicked, is so amazing because it's somebody actually showing up. Yeah, Evo Moment 37, thank you. It's somebody showing up and like being like, I'm so good at this game, I was able to read what you were going to do and predict each and every one of your inputs so perfectly and then take the match away from you. That shit is fucking awesome, right? I can agree with you that watching it be like just watching somebody hit somebody up in the air and then combo them for fucking 30 seconds, then they're at a third of their life before and then go from there. It's not the most entertaining thing to see, but it's those moments in between where you get to see two people functionally, like, actually, like, mentally fight each other and then have to dexterously manage how they're going to get that shit done. I think that's awesome. That's why I like fighting games. Fighting games are really cool for stuff like that. That said, I do see your side as well. I don't agree with it, but I see your side. Point being, I don't agree with this person. I'm mainly talking about both players stalling and waiting for the other to crash. Oh, dude, footsie's like that. It's very game dependent.
Multiplayer games playing a single player game at max efficiency is working, not playing.
If you want to see a very boring fighting game pro match, go watch anybody in Guilty Gear Strive play Slayer. To every single one of you balding cunts who said you wanted Slayer back, you deserve every single 100% instant kill. Fuck you for playing Chip. Go die in a corner now. I love Footsie so much. Look, Slayer's design is amazing. Slayer as a character is really cool. Why does Slayer get to instant kill Chip? Why does he get to do that? Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is probably some of the most fun. Oh, dude, Marvel vs. Capcom is so fucking fun to watch. It's fun to watch when you see somebody show up and, like, do shit that, like, is weird. And not just, like, what, Dante, what is it? It's like Dante and then the two fucking superhero guys. What's his name? I can't remember his name. There's the one that's, like, got the fire head. He's, like, a demon man. And then I think it's like Titan or some shit. Virgil, Dante, Zero, yeah. Dormammu, yeah. You'll see fucking Dante, Dormammu, and like a big guy sometimes. I saw somebody playing fucking Hagar. I think it was Hagar, Hulk, and like the giant robot man. He's got like the punch on the ground that knocks you back into the air. Sentinel, is that it? Dude, that shit is fucking gnarly. We're getting so off track. We're moving on. I can sit here and talk fighting games all day, but I can't do that. We got 10 more to go through. Fuck Sentinel. Hell yeah, brother. Happy Pride Month.
Moon Cancer shouldn't exist as a class and it should not have gotten the whole ordeal called Chapter 1 Foreigner didn't.
Who showed Abby Twitter? I know, right? I don't really have an opinion of it because I've not read through the Moon Cancer ordeal call. I will say this. Yesn't. I think yesn't is the proper response. Once I read through that, I'll come back to this. But for now, I'm kind of indifferent. Moon Cancer shouldn't exist as a class. That's a hot take for sure. I think Moon Cancer is actually a really fun class. And it should not have gotten a whole ordeal called Chapter 1 Foreigner did. I think that it being a nice little tie together for a lot of the events of the Extra series is cool. Moon Cancer chapter was a mess. Here's the thing, and this is not a slight at you, so don't take it as that. I've been saying this for pretty much since it came out because people immediately started trashing on it. I think the vast majority of people who criticize the Moon Cancer ordeal call have not played or read through it. They're just regurgitating shit that they heard from one other person that's been passed down the grapevine about how bad it is. I don't think I'm gonna go out on an argument. For every one person who did read it, there's 9,999 people who didn't, who are saying that it's bad because that one person didn't like it. I read it and I didn't like it. Like I said, I'm not saying that people like you don't exist. I'm saying that most people didn't, and they're just regurgitating shit to sound like they are up to date with Fate, and they're not. Which is a bad faith argument, because I have no faith in the Fate community for shit like this, because they just... Remember when the Fate community said that the Bunyan event was the worst thing ever written, and then it came out and it was actually kind of fun? I think Fate fans just fucking are spoiled and bitch and moan too much. Alright. Okay, this is...
FGO should EOS after finale. Whether that be after an extra year of nothing like Arcade or a few months after, and it should not be followed up with an FGO or anything. FGO has done what it needs to do, that IT rest without messing with the story or making a new gacha in a way that would likely be similar to modern gachas.
Guys, how do we tell him? How do we tell him that not only is his take bad, he was wrong? This aged like a fine top shelf milk in the sun. I can't hear you over all of my money. Sony, probably. Yeah. Well, I got bad news for you. It did not EOS after the finale. It also did not EOS with no content. In fact, they released a bunch of new servants that people really, really like. People like Demeter. People like Omi-san. Maybe I'm the outlier here, but I really like Flora. I really like Flora. They released Lord Logris, who is super fucking popular. FGO will end in 7 years, Mr. Redfield. Yeah, my oomphy. Oh no, this was done in December. They meant like the finale. Not mentioning the grandpa. I like Okina too. I'm just like Okina. I don't have Okina. I didn't spend very much time with him, but I do love his design. It's by TA, and I love TA stuff. Finally they put Saber in the game. Yeah. The reason why FGO is popular is because it's different from the modern gachas. Exactly. I think a lot of people like to talk about how they don't think turn-based is very fun, but then, I don't know. I think FGO is pretty fun. It's got good turn-based, but, you know, it's just, I mean, what, do you want another Breath of the Wild, like, you're gonna go roam a big, empty fucking world with your generic 3D model and just look at the same shit over and over again? And then the way how you fight an enemy is you do the same fucking attack slash animation for fucking 8 seconds and then repeat that over and over again. Why not just make a good game? Most gacha have a mid-story, all the Hoyoverse, for example. I cannot comment on Star Rail story or Genshin story after Inazuma. My issue with that, I saw somebody talking about this on Twitter not too terribly long ago, and it was that FGO has the best gacha story because it has a story that can only be presented in the format that FGO does it, which is visual novel, which is true. The reason why FGO's story is so good and so impactful is because the game forces you to sit down and actually read the story. It isn't, you have to go do weird fetch quests that's going to take 30 minutes and take you out of the story. And there's battles in between story bits, but you actually have to sit down and read the story. Like, the FGO is a visual novel with a game attached to it, as opposed to a game with a story tacked on. And I think that's a draw for a lot of people, myself included, who are interested in what they've done with these characters. Can they make a TFT based on Fate characters? That would be fucking awesome. I mean, all these fucking arcade models, they should use them for something, I guess. Anyway, moving on. Ooh, another long one.
Mash would be a better character if she wasn't the main character. Player self-inserts, game-forced girlfriend. Her whole character requires you to be attracted to her or at least attached to her, and if you aren't into her then she's annoying. Genuinely makes me enjoy the game less whenever you are forced to be romantic with her, or another male character says it's okay. I won't take the game mandated waifu away from you, player of this game who is obviously a straight man. She should have more. ELF her own development and do stuff away from the MC like she does in Pound Liu. And then if you say you don't like her, then her parasocial fanboys get mad at you for not being into their cardboard waifu.
The comment, yeah, I don't know what you're cooking, champ. I think you just hate life is really funny to me. Okay. So, I can agree with some of the points here up until you said one thing. And that is that, okay, Mash should be a better character if she wasn't the main character. Sure, that's an opinion. I mean, you can believe that. The game forced girlfriend. I mean, kind of, yeah. No, that's true. Her whole character requires you to be attracted to her, or at least attached to her. Okay. That statement does not make any sense. And I'm going to tell you why. Her whole character requires you to be attracted to her. That's just false. That's entirely false. You don't have to be attracted to MASH to be able to be like, oh, I can see what they're doing with this character. It's a person who's not a person, who's learning how to be a human by watching different civilizations, right? Like that's the whole part of her, or at least get attached to her. What character does not require you to be attached to them? What that statement right there does not make any fucking sense. You have to be attached to any character to care about them. Of course you do. Every character requires you to be attached to them to a degree for you to care about them. It comes with the fact that you care about them. Shinji, you don't care about Shinji. You fucking hate Shinji. He's a dickhead. Columbus and Doman, same thing. You need to be attached to a character to be able to like have them be. I don't understand. I don't understand that statement. It's contradictory to how you write a character at all. I love hating Columbus, though. I mean, that's fine. It makes me enjoy the game less whenever you are forced to be romantic with her, or another male character says, it's okay, I won't take the game-mandated waifu away from you, player of this game, who is obviously a straight man. Again, there's just lies in that, because you can play as a woman, and they play it as though you're a gay woman in those events. So, that feels like you're just trying to force something in there, I'm gonna be real with you. You don't have to play as a man. Playing as a female is a choice. Playing as a woman is a choice, rather. And also, yeah, that's not a thing that I'm looking back in my mind right now. That happens twice. It happens in America with Fionn, and it happens in Lost Belt 6 with fucking Boggart. And with Charlie, I don't remember that with Charlie. The thing with I feel like you can't take anything that Charlie is saying with any seriousness. She should have more of her own development and do stuff away from the MC like she does in Lost Belt 6. And then if you don't like her, then her parasocial fanboys get mad at you for not being into their cardboard waifu. I think that calling her cardboard is not, it's just not true. MASH has gone through so much development as a character that if you're calling her waifu, it's because you just don't like her. And it's okay to just not like a character. You don't have to like the character. But it's just simply untrue to say that she's cardboard. MASH is incredibly well developed and written, regardless of how you feel about her being the community waifu. Like, the game has done a lot to build into MASH as a character. Like, it comes with the territory of her being one of the main characters. She's the entire focus of the first part, and is damn near like the second most important character in the whole of part 2. So like, I don't know, I guess I'm lost. I guess I'm very lost in what this take is supposed to be, other than I don't like MASH and I don't like that people like MASH. So, hot take for sure, but I disagree. I disagree with just about every point. And that's not just because I like MASH, it's just the argument doesn't fit for me. I still can't... You don't have to like her. That's fine. It's okay for you to not like her. But that doesn't mean that slander and lies should be the go-to for this. No one is saying that you can't like them, but it's not okay to just be like, well, here's all this other shit that's just not true. To prove my point. Like, shit, I don't like Gilgamesh, but I'm not going to sit here and say that Gilgamesh is, like, a super weak servant who doesn't deserve to be where he is. Alright, Mock, that's completely inappropriate. That is completely inappropriate. That's not, brother, that is not okay. That is absolutely not okay. Moving on. What the fuck? Oh, it skipped one. Oh, well. Don't apologize to me, apologize to them. Like, that's not, that behavior is not okay. I would not expect that from a mod.
Not enough Elizabeths.
Moving on. I'm not entertaining this. In fact, I think that we do have enough Elizabeths because the game of FGO said we're done with them. We're not making any more. We had the final Liz event just for this situation. That said, I will agree with you up to one point. We do need Berserker Liz in her little Japanese outfit. We had 2 final Guda Gudas, that's true. I'm not sure. I don't think that my shorts on the new Elizabeths have come out, but there's a moment where I'm just like, I'm so fucking tired. Alright, next one.
I like summer male servants just be in costume dresses. If it's a pre-existing servant who I may already have, that means I can save my quartz instead of rolling on a whole new character.
So this one is interesting because it's actually the opposite of one that we got earlier about how we should have actual summer male servants. This person is saying that they like it better that they're just costumes. And here's the thing, I understand where they're coming from. I think that their argument is very concise on this as well. Which is to say that it doesn't change the character, but you do get something for the guys. And you don't have to spend anything for it either. That said, new dedicated servants would be cool. I think that what they need to do is, because they'd have to ease into it. I think, yeah, one summer male banner. One summer male banner with the other banners as well. What will you do when you run out of fun facts? Oh, make more fun facts, of course. You'll see. It's a secret to everybody. I would agree. I just wish that we got more than 3 costumes for. Yes, I agree. I wish that there was more variety and more options that we got. Because we get plenty of guys who show up in summer events who just don't get costumes. Like we can deck these people out. I'm just gonna start lying. I'm gonna start like, hey guys, did you know Steno lays eggs? Fun fact. Please give Nikke more love. I need to. You're right, I need to. Give some girls some costumes instead and have a banner for a male. I think that would be a really good idea. But I'm gonna say this qualifies as a hot take for sure. I do and don't agree with it. Alright. Fun fiction would go hard, just lie. That would be kind of funny, actually. Alright, next up. Almost done, chat. Ooh, this one, I think, does constitute a hot take.
Rolling C is exclusively for the artist ridiculous. Just download the PNG.
This person does not understand. This person does not understand the joy of collection. Chat, do you remember maybe like, I don't know, a couple of months ago, maybe a year ago, they released a craft essence. One moment, please. They released a craft essence that I immediately was like, I need this. And I did. I genuinely rolled for this. I did a gacha pull just for this craft essence. Now, here's the thing. It has nothing to do with the character. I'm primarily indifferent towards Kiara as a character, right? It's not even because this art is sexy, even though it is. That's not why. Anybody who's watched my content for an extended period of time knows could have just downloaded the PNG. It's not what it's about, though. You're right, I could have just downloaded the PNG, as I just have right now. But now I also have it on my account. That way I can flex to other people that I fucking love Pochi Sensei. And it's mine, and I own it on my account in its most true form possible. You don't understand the joy of collection. God, Pochi Sensei. Oh my god. Pochi Sensei is the GOAT. Support the artist. I've had her cover song on loop. I want to say for like 3 months. 2 months? I think like 2 months. I've had her... I've probably contributed to a singular 10th of the listens on her cover song. So yes, as a matter of fact, I am supporting the artist. I also have all of her art books. I have all of the currently available copies of fucking... The Older Sister. FGO trading cards with cards similar to FGO Arcade. No card. Yeah, no, that'd be awesome. I would love that. Typhoon gets 1 CE every 300 years. So I'll roll for her CE because Typhoon is my daughter and I want more. Exactly. It's like, you're not wrong. I could just download the PNG. But there's more. There's more to it than that. I like rolling for the art. It's kind of dumb, but it's my kind of stupidity. Hey man, if it makes you smile, I think that's what it kind of boils down to. Is like, does this spark joy?
People take this game way too seriously sometimes. It's fine to have silly theory craft. It's fine if the game has a news after 10 years of running, even if, granted, unlikely. It's fine if they push another upgrade update, like Append 4 and 2, class score. and make it hard to get 斜杠 farm for at first. It's like people forget to just have fun and play the game sometimes, and all they think about is following the exact timeline and shut down any fun fan theories, or bum brush everything that's released. The end complain they have nothing to do 斜杠 that the game is a mindless grind fest. It is extremely grindy, yes, but it's not all there is.
Shorter is better for these for sure. Can you repeat that? FGO's farming is not as bad as people make it out to be. People keep... Wait. What the fuck? This is the wrong take. Did theirs not get included? Oh, damn. I guess I didn't copy and paste theirs. It was too long. Essentially, people take Fate way too seriously. This was around the time when EOS was a very real fear for a lot of people. And people are like, oh, you guys are taking this game way too seriously. You're gaslighting us into thinking this take exists. It's not gaslighting, it's gas lamping, first of all. And second of all, no, I'm just an idiot and I forgot to include it. The CE art book would be great to have. Oh, 100%. Yeah, this is somebody who's like, people take this game too seriously. And you know what? That aspect of it is 100% true. People do have a tendency to take anything that they're doing way too seriously. And it's because they invest time into it. Don't get gas lamp, not gaslight, it's gas lamp. And to think I used the wrong word. It's evil. No, it's not gaslighting, it's gas lamping. It's fine if they want to push another or upgrade updates, yeah. This is fear of EOS, where people are like, the game's gonna end and everything bad is gonna happen, and oh my god, it's gonna all like burn down. It's just like I understand where they're coming from. And people do complain way too much about this game. It's like, guys, explain gas lamping. It's when you lie to somebody. Truly gas lamping at its finest, I would agree. Alright. Yeah. I think people should never take things to the extreme. Oh, 100%. I think that it's okay to take things seriously. Up until the point where you start getting genuinely mad about it, if it's something unimportant. If you are here, let me. You guys know the animator Osner on Twitter? He's the guy who makes all the Cersei animations. Great animator. It makes great content. They posted an image that they made of, if you know Danganronpa, the bad ending of Danganronpa, but insert Jolter into that. And apparently, somebody in response, AI generated some pretty horrible shit. AI generated some pretty horrible like porn and sent it to them, and then threatened to keep doing it because they disrespected Jolter. The moment that you start doing shit like that is when you need to put your phone down. Because you've lost touch with reality. You know what I mean? You should, under no circumstance, ever start threatening people over fictional characters. Here's the thing. I don't even want to say they have a brain problem necessarily. I feel bad for people like that. Because they didn't start out like that. Something drove them to become that fucking, like, deranged. I want to know why a person like that, or how a person like that gets to be like that. Because, yes, you're right. It is never that serious. Over a fictional character, never that serious. Mental asylum for the chronically online people. It's not okay. Sorry, I'm breaking my fingers currently. Imagine threatened by porn. It if it's fucking some pretty fucked up shit, like, I don't know, bestiality or people who shouldn't be who cannot consent, or like gore or shit like that that you maybe don't want to see, I would be relatively threatened as well. And while we didn't see the images that they were sent, I can only imagine it's pretty bad if they're being sent shit like that as a threat. Like, it's not gacha in general, it's the nature of fandom. And fandom's been around for a long time. Generative AI should be illegal mostly. Generative AI, at least in the United States, cannot be copyrighted, so we're taking steps in the right direction. You can't own your slop. I'm sorry. All right, moving on, because it is getting late. We got a few more, not that many though. 3 more. Oh, okay. This we already kind of. I left this one in as well.
It's time for the game to wrap up the story and not drag it out for another years. Keep the game running or whatever, but just like start up new story with no characters or something.
I'd feel bad if I had to let go. Oh, dude. I made some jokes about it. I would absolutely feel really sad if I had to let go of my FGO account. Because they started a new game, you know what I mean? Like, just if for no other reason, it is something that it's a game I've been playing for damn near 10 years, right? It's a part of my daily routine. You can debate whether that's healthy or not if you want to, but I'm imagining if you're watching this, it's been a part of your routine as well for a while, right? It's letting go of something that you've been doing. It'd be like saying, all right, I'm going to stop drinking coffee in the mornings. Or if somebody said you're no longer allowed to drink coffee in the mornings. Yeah, it would fucking suck. It would just be like, man, what the fuck? That sucks. Yeah, I'd be very sad if I had to stop, just like let go of it. Even if I'm like playing FGO a little bit less these days, just because I've been fucking busy, it's like, man, it would just suck. It's time for the game to wrap the story up and not drag it out for another 10 years. Keep the game running or whatever. Just like start up a new story with new characters or something. Next hot take. Bad news for you, brother. Okay, I think, let me see. We have 2 more long-ish ones, then we're going to call it then that will be it. I say we're going to call it a stream. We're not going to call it a stream. It's over.
Despite FGO's more dated mechanics compared to other gachas, I still think the farming is leagues more bearable than other modern gachas. There are no random stats, artifacts, etc. While the leveling of individual aspects of a servant take longer than other gachas, the fact that it's a concrete one-and-done upgrade makes it feel both more gratifying and less mind-numbing than a system like relics in other gachas. The game has also added enough cool features to make it not be a matter of farming tea. The same free quest in Babylonia for days, from pure prisms being easier to obtain, events having tons of mats, bleached quests dropping guaranteed mats to the extra exchange tickets. I would take a year of farming FGO over a month of farming something like HSR.
You know what? Here's the thing. I would argue this is a hot take because I think a lot of people just think of the FGO farming system, how bad drop rates are and shit like that. At the very least, you can pinpoint down what you want to farm, go to the farm with the most nodes, and now you have CEs that help you get those things, right? And you only need to farm. You only need to farm for skill levels in Ascension. That's pretty much it. I'm going to argue that you don't even really need to farm for fucking QP or XP because the game gives you so much of it for free by just playing the game, right? You can last off of all of the FP or all the QP that you get from the yearly fucking Lotto. You can last off of that. Additionally, you can last off of, like... FGO, unlike a lot of these games, has an endpoint realistically with what you need to farm for a character. I feel like for a game like fucking Star Rail, or like at least with Genshin from what I remember, maybe Arknights is like this too. You have to continue to add more shit to them. So I can understand where this person is coming from, and I agree with them to a degree. Is it better than others? Yeah, you know. If you don't go stupid in lottos, I don't think that's the case for QP. You should. Well, lottos are designed for you to go stupid on. A skip ticket or just a multiplier would be great. Yeah. No, I don't get me wrong. FGO's farming method and drop rates are very dated, and I would imagine that there's a high chance we maybe see some adjustments made in the quote-unquote near-ish future, but like when you compare what you have to farm in FGO with what you need to farm in, like, I don't know, literally anything else, it's so annoying. Like, I love Uma Musume. Farming for things in Uma Musume fucking sucks, because the way how you have to farm is you have to go through a career, mostly, right? You have to go through a career, and then once you go through a career, it takes 30 minutes to go through a career if you're speeding through shit. And then you're not even guaranteed to get the thing that you want. Yeah, and then like sparks and shit, like, yeah, it's and I love Uma. I love Uma Musume. It's one of my favorite gacha games of all time now. I genuinely enjoy farming it. Or not farm. I genuinely enjoy playing it. And I really just don't worry about the farming aspect. I just play the game. And if I happen to get enough stuff, I get enough stuff. But like, those aspects of fucking Uma are fucking mind-melting. Can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you might. Oh my god. How dare you do that to me? Surge is the best thing because you can get any character, but MD sucks, but yeah. If it was a mobile version, it's still more of a PC game. I'll never treat Genshin and games like that as mobile games. I will say Star Rail is closer to a mobile game because of how the combat works. The moment that your actual gameplay and combat in a gacha game requires you to move a stick around on your phone to like do shit like that, you should just be playing it on PC instead. There's no reason for it to be on mobile. Like, I would say Arknights Original is a great mobile game. Enfield's a PC game. I'm sure Enfield has a mobile client. Play PC. Even for something like fucking Nikke. Nikke is a mobile game, and it plays well on mobile. It's way better on PC. So somebody said something about Love and Deep Space drop rates. Lads has less material to level cars, but you need stupid amounts of them to level something all the way up. Yeah. That's usually the trade-off, is you have less, but you have to invest more into it. Yeah, I think turn-based is best for mobile, which is why I think Star Rail is actually a decent mobile game, because the combat in Star Rail is just turn-based. I think that's good. Limbus is def PC? Probably. Alright. And then our last take... Chat, this person hates you. This person hates, and I'm pointing at the screen, this person hates you.
Hu Yanzhou is one of the most boring characters in the game. Her gimmick was immediately owed to me, and the Pound Liu Summer event didn't help. I don't have her, so maybe that would change things, but I don't see how. I only play Anna, so I'm hoping the summer event where she's the welfare will make her more interesting and fleshed out instead of just wanting to be praised and loved by Ritsuka, and that's it. Finding out that she's written by Higashide was a genuine shock to me, since he writes my favorite characters like Mandracardo and Moriarty.
Huyanzhou is one of the most boring characters in the game, they say. Compelling argument, unfortunately, I do not care next. There is no next. This is it. This is the last one. Heretic sacrificed this blasphemous bastard to appease Huyanzhou. Kinda true, FGO could have had Opedodo dynamic with Huyan and Crane and fumbled it. I don't care about Huyan. She's my friend. If you don't like her, I don't care. I got Huyanzhou with a single ticket, so I have no issue with her. I kind of agree. Here's the thing. Huyanzhou is incredibly one note, so I understand. I'm going to say that this is a hot take for my community. I'm not going to fully disagree with it. Do I think she's one of the most boring? No, because I think the gimmick is cute. I think that the gimmick of Huyanzhou is cute at the very least, so I'm not going to say it's boring. And also like the dynamic that she has with somebody like 9 Tattoo Liz, which is really fun. But is she well written? Not at all. She's too one note. She's nowhere near the worst, which is Phantom. Yeah, Phantom is pretty bad. Jekyll and Hyde are also pretty bad. I'm trying to think like 5 stars that are like really bad. Artemis. Artemis, the servant, is very bad. Artemis in the Lost Belt was really cool, but Artemis the servant is pretty bad. Arjuna has a lot of development, so I think that Arjuna's grown. Arjuna's grown as time has gone on. If she weren't thick, no one would care. Maybe. When I saw her first ascension, I thought she was going to be a badass, and then I read the event story. I mean, that's how it happened to everybody. I like her. I think that she's cute. I will never say that she's well written. It's 100% a character that has... It's taken root in this community off of a meme. I don't know how many people in this community actually like her. Like, actually. But, you know, at the very least, I think that she's cute. But that's kind of it. Yeah, she's more of a meme in this community. I think that she's cool. I am interested to see what they do with her in the summer event, because I didn't read that summer event on JP. I think Sigurd is lame as hell personality. Ooh. Oh, okay, Sigurd. Okay, I thought you were going to say... For some reason, I pronounced that as Siegfried first. I was going to fight you. Yeah, Sigurd is kind of... Nah, Sigurd has good... Sigurd has good moments. He has very good moments. Like when he's just like... He's trying to be nice to his wife, and then she's just murdering him, and he just keeps getting back up like, actually, I'm okay. Like, the gag... That gag is repeated a lot, but I do find it funny every time. I have a lot of respect for a man who loves his wife. Alright, is there anything else here? Nope, that's the last one. Fellas. That's the hot takes. Tammy, I'm usurping the stream from you tomorrow. Most boring character is Saber, Ishtar, and Parvati from Christine. I'll say this. Saber in FGO is very boring. I would say Saber maybe is the most boring character in FGO. That's because they don't do anything with her. Mind you, that's by design, right? That's not an indictment of the character as she appears in Stay Night or any other franchise, but in FGO specifically, they intentionally don't do anything with her, so she's a nothing character.
Saber in FGO is not character.
Yes, so don't fucking come for my head for saying that shit. But yeah, I mean, if you like her, even if you play FGO, you know they shouldn't do shit in FGO. FGO Saber is, yeah, she is there as a poster. Before we go, Klidge, a little bit of an aside, but have you ever told us what your favorite CE art is? Oh, that's hard. My favorite CE art? Let me look at the game really quick. That one is difficult. Well, Saber's there for fucking clout. I'll say this. Here's my hot take, which isn't a hot take at all. They should take Saber out of the icon.
Castoria is haar character in the Suget Euro voor 3.
How dare you? Cartoria. I think that they should put MASH. No. They should put Da Vinci. They should put Little Vinci. Let me take a look. At the CEs really quick. Support setup. Ooh, I don't know if it's my favorite, but Golden Sumo is one I really like. Golden Sumo is a fucking classic. I love the art style on First Sunrise a lot. Golden Sumo might be it. Golden Sumo's art is so fucking good, dude. Let me see. Royal Icing is good, but that's for horny reasons. Delightful Companions, that what this one's called? Faithful Companions, which is the Tamamo Kiyohime one. That one's really cute. I've always really liked that one. Let me see. Surely there's more on here, right? Like I feel really strongly towards. Ooh, the Taisui one called Infinity Blue. Ooh, that's a strong I'm gonna show that one. I'm gonna say it's that or Golden Sumo. 1 second. I'm gonna show that one and call it a stream. The art is just so good, man. I adore this art. This is my favorite color scheme, by the way. Is this like this kind of like turquoise blue with like pink, with like hot pink. Good art. I like the servant here too. My big son is perfect. He looks amazing. I love it. It's easy to pick one that has a waifu on it, and a lot of those ones do have like good art to them, but I genuinely think this one's great. All right, fellas. Anyway, that's the hot takes. Is he naked? He's got a shirt on. That's the hot takes for 2026. We may be back in 2027 with more. Who's to say? I would say decent amount of good hot takes. I think there's a lot of ones in here that actually, like, they started actual conversations about them being and why they are hot takes as they are, which is good. Every time that we do this, we prove one. Every time that we have a good hot take, a Redditor loses his fucking wings, which is what we need to do more of. So, fellas, thank you for participating. I really do appreciate it. If you want to be in one of these next time, join the Discord and then check the announcements for whenever these come up. I forgot to announce it on Patreon, but I will next time for sure. I promise. So if I do that, check it out there. For now, though, it's we're pushing 11:15 at night, and I need to go to bed. Thanks for hanging out. Peace out, fellas. Big love. Bye-bye. Buffalo wings, chicken wings? Are you asking me bone in or bone out? Depends on the day. Usually bone in, more flavor. Bone out if I need to eat fast. Anyway, bye. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. Like the video. Share it with your friends. Yay! Push me through everything. Miss Lod00, thank you for the follow. Sorry, I gotta go now. Bye.